7-3, baby. So, the list is long, but I thought about it since you guys gave me some time at the end of the game to collect my thoughts. And this is serious. Every single player gets a game ball this game. I'm going to ask you this, and this is a super important moment for our season. I'm going to ask you this. Is the grind worth it? Okay? That's why everyone's getting a game ball, because we did not fall into that. I kind of had a feeling about this squad, okay? I had to call my shot on it, but I had a feeling that you guys were going to empty the tank, and you did. Fellas, this is what it's about. I'm so proud of the captains, the leadership council, and everybody. Enjoy this one. Okay, the point was we were coming after 2022, so it'd be one of those years that you'd remember forever. Okay? It's week 10, and we're right on our way. Okay? Let's keep going, keep grinding. I appreciate the shit out of you guys, and I love you to death. By the way, he won't tell you, but this dude is playing lights the out.
Hey. We deserve this, fellas. We deserve it. No, family. Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
What is happening, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Fans Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan, and tonight on the tailgate party that never seems to stop, we'll keep an eye on Washington versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Washington giving them a run for their money right now. Ooh la la, I need Washington to cover the spread for me to hit that parlay. Anywho, it's the last leg of that parlay. I'm watching it, and right now I'm doing So they're up 20-14 right now, and still a lot of time. Third quarter, 1st and 10. Washington with the ball at the 41. Anyhow, sorry guys. We are Dolphin fans. We sit atop of the AFC East, second to only Kansas City in the AFC. Tua has usurped, now behind only Patrick Mahomes in the MVP voting and favorites and odds and anything you want to look at. Numbers, straight crushing it. Got those numbers for you. Going to look into some of these little tidbits. Some good stuff. Great time for a bye week for this team. As you heard Coach say, it wasn't a trap game. And this is a trap game for us Dolphins in the past. You know, maybe looking through the Browns, maybe letting them hang around. Nothing. No, they emptied the tank, like Coach said, and they played heads-up football. Outside of Sanders, just got to get out of his head. Quick little tidbit. A little birdie told me that the Dolphins have reached out to a couple of place kickers, and there might be some people coming in through this bye week. We'll be keeping you updated on that situation as it comes to fruition. But again, Sanders is part of this team. Hopefully he gets his shit worked out. Hopefully this week is exactly what Sanders needs to get back on track, because we're going to need him to figure it out in season, because this is a postseason football team. And I don't want to take no chances with a kicker that's a little shaky right now. Anyhow, perfect time. Dolphins fans across the board are happy, feeling themselves, having a great time. Us here at the Fins Tailgate, all of us, even the new members of the Fins Tailgate that rocking around here, we're excited to have a good week off and, be able to enjoy football and put the energy that this fan base sits at AFC East in number 1 right now with a 7 win and 3 losses. Nobody else, 6 and wherever the rest of these losers are at right now. We're all excited to sit at the top of the AFC East mountain for a week. Things will change, You know, who knows? Maybe they'll change for the better. Maybe everybody falls further away. I don't know. That'd be great. But there is a growing, festering problem we got going on around here in this fan base. And it's something that, you know, in some ways I get it. It's funny. It's cool. You know, there's tons of naysayers of Tua and naysayers about the Dolphins. You know, we've lived in that paradigm for so long. We really have, you know, rooting for anyone and everyone on teams where they didn't have much talent, and like Rashad Jones is your favorite player on the whole football team and stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with those guys, but you understand my point. My point being is that we didn't have a lot to root for around here. Decades, lifetime of it. Even watching this organization fail, Dan, who everyone just immortalized this guy. I mean, we love him to death. But, you know, everyone in this fan base deserves their ownership over this fan base. And everyone deserves to be a part of this fan base. However much or little you have sacrificed, whether you're new, whether you're somebody who just showed up about 2.5 years ago, doesn't have anything proving that they were ever a Dolphin fan and really never was, still deserves a bit of this franchise and this fandom. To people like myself, who literally was a kid, toddler, running around with my Miami Dolphins helmet and toy helmet and setup that I had, going to games when I was 7 years old, 8 years old, and Joe Robbie freaking sitting in those concrete seats, to you know, bringing my son to his first game, with my daughter to their first game just last year. A lifetime of fandom. But there is some out there that seem hell-bent on gatekeeping this fan base, and who's allowed in, and who's allowed to enjoy the spoils of a lifetime of fandom. And not going to name names, but I have a pretty educated most certainty about plenty of them. But they're continuing to look for people to attack in our own fan base. They've been quiet. They've been, you know, meek. But they're actively going and attacking our own. Which is something that if you look at every time these people get together, they end up destroying themselves, because that's how those type of people are. They're this new buzz term all the kids are saying now, toxic, you know, whatever, cancel culture, whatever nonsense you want to call it. I understand the fun in it when you project it outside. Meaning Chris Sims, who has straight trolled us with a slight little grin in his face. He's getting his comeuppance. Frickin' same thing with Keyshawn Johnson, getting their comeuppance. But creating your multitude of burner accounts and trying to pile in and attack lonely people. I mean, myself, I get it plenty. I got Lewis and Color in the back. I'm going to bring my boys up here momentarily to talk a little bit as well on this subject. But, I mean, guys like us, we put our faces on this. We put our names on it. We understand it comes with the territory. But these are people that are sick. They've got a problem. If you have a Twitter account and are making other extra Twitter accounts to troll people, just regular people too at that, you get a fucking job, get a hobby, get something. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? And I get it. There's all in good fun. These people aren't in it for the all in good fun. They're in it because they've got problems and they're weak and they're envious of, you know, fucking doofus with a purple jacket that's, you know, getting down, having a good time, doing whatever the fuck I want to do, because you ain't gonna stop me. Can't. Won't. Can't stop my guys in the back. We continue to grow and flourish around here because Well, first of all, we've been Dolphin fans a long, long time. We know what it means, living in this state, being from this state, understanding what it is to be an accepting of humans. I don't see y'all out there. Y'all don't come around. You don't show your faces. You lurk in the shadows like the weaklings that you are. And it's really a sad, sad look. We've waited for so long for a good football and a chance to talk about it. And I'm going to get into it because I want to. I got shit to talk about. But I'm seeing people move in ways and big people too. Like not even like just the burner accounts. There's other people out there that think that they are the arbiters of the in and out to this fan base. And you're not. You weren't here a couple years ago. Where you been? Just because you Johnny come lately to these Miami Dolphins and you were like, I was here for... Don't bullshit me, bro. Don't play. Y'all just sound ridiculous. And to be honest, this outward toxicity has a good place in this fan base. Outwardly directed. Go to the Bills. Go to the Patriots. Go to the fan bases that you should be talking smack to. But no, these are weaker people that want to find a way to get close and get things and learn stuff about people to then use against them. We let these people in all over in this community, and they use it for some nefariousness. I mean, I don't understand it. So I'm gonna bring up Lewis because Lewis even knows firsthand what I'm talking about. Because Lewis, you used to host Twitter Spaces quite often, and I mean, what happened? You know what I'm saying? What did end up happening to where, tell your story for nonetheless.
No, thanks for having me up, Cap. And yeah, it's the part of the fan base that they're basically like trolls. I hate using the narrative or the words, you're not a real fan, but they're not. They're people that want to push a narrative, and whether the gatekeeping comes, whether you disagree or agree, they won't let you have that. Because I think everybody has been giving Tua Tagovailoa credit for what he's been doing this year on the field. But that's not good enough for those kind of people. They want you to bend the knee. They're looking for you to bow down to somebody. And I don't know about you, Cap, but for me personally, I will never do that. It got to the point to where, you were right. I was almost hosting Twitter Spaces almost every day, just trying to come out, meet new people, and talk about the Dolphins. But it got so toxic to where I'm receiving death threats because of one Tua Tagovailoa. I'm getting people DMing me, DMing my wife, and just talking, bad stuff and personal stuff to my wife about me when I'm not even around. And bro, I got 4 kids and a wife. What do you think my wife was thinking? She's ecstatic that I met all these new people and I get to go to games and I get to talk ball. But when she receives messages about, oh, Lewis, you're gonna have guns in your mouth and people are waiting for you, bro, she don't want me to be interacting and doing all this stuff. So it puts me, I don't know, bro. It's just that part of the fan base for me. I'm sorry, but they can go. They can just go because I will never bend a kneecap. I'm here to tell everybody right now. If they're looking for me personally to bend a knee, that will never happen.
It's crazy to me, Lou, because okay, again, I've lived in South Florida 80% of my life, and I've only lived the rest in Central Florida. So it's not like I know a lot. I've visited places. I ain't never got down or lived. But I think I do know people pretty well, because I don't know, for all y'all who don't live around here, it's amazing how sections of the state are cut up into areas where people move. Like on the southwest of Florida, a lot of Ohio people move over there. You know what I'm saying? On the east side of South Florida, a lot of New York and New Jersey. It's almost sectionalized in here. But I've been all over this state, so I understand people. But in this state, you don't play like that. You don't. This state is a big cities and big state, but everyone runs into everyone around here. You see people at the beach on Labor Day. Everyone goes to Disney. Everyone goes to Dolphins games. Everyone is, at some event, because this state is built on that, and we're built on the community that we accept each other. And these people, and I assume most of them don't live around here. I would say the majority of it. And then the other smaller part of them that do they're not getting down with the whole community. But it's a weird thing when they put those types of threats out there, because like that shit's real as hell around here. Like, you don't threaten that shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And people don't roll like that around. They do, and my point is, like, you're not finding victims around here in Florida. That's my point. You find plenty of victims, but more often than not, the Florida people, you try to perpetrate victimization on them, and you find yourself on the other end of that whole thing. And it's just, I can't understand how in such a gleeful, joyful time in this fan base that's what they're interested in doing. That's a sick thing. And it's from burner accounts to blue check marks that roll up and down here, actively looking to stir up the hornet's nest and try to cancel parts of this fan base for whatever reason they think is reasonable. It's sickening to me, bro. It sickens me. And we know these people are not people that show their faces. They don't come out. They don't exchange information. They don't look for friends outside of this circle that they move around in. And they've been quite silent. And I've run into this before. I had to, handle that shit. And they ran in a whole crew. And they now don't have a crew anymore. So, again, there's ways that they've now changed how they get, but not their intention. And it's to get close to people they perceive to be closer than the rest of us in the team and stuff like that, and what they feel is access and inside stuff. And then they use that as a justification to be the most sick and nasty people to people in this fan base. There is young kids that are coming to this fan base. There is old timers. I have said this forever. There is old timey guys that don't watch the Dolphins like they used to. With this type of football team, they're coming back in droves. Okay? You're going to embarrass us with the way you're acting when the old timers go, are you kidding me? This is what they do? When you go to the stadium, you don't see this. That's what's crazy, Lou. What do you see at the stadium? If you thought you were going to go there and cook a bunch of food and give free food away, joke's on you. Everyone's giving away free food, free drinks, dancing, partying, hugging. Even the other fans are getting in. They're like, this is the most amazing time ever. And you people straight scour around acting like you're some kind of somebody around here, like you've ever been somebody. And some of you that are a little something abuse that, and you fucking sicken me. You sicken us. You sicken the Fins tailgate, and you degrade the Miami Dolphins, and it's a fucking problem.
I agree 100%, Cat, with everything you said. I've been at multiple tailgates this year at Dolphin games, and I've been around hundreds of thousands of people, and no one's ever been rude. No one's denied me a burger, a beer, a handshake, or nothing. And that's what's more sickening to me about it, is because those same people that we're mentioning, they're around, but they'll come at you in chats, they'll DM you backstage or whatever the case may be, but face to face, they'll never come up to you and express how they really feel.
The shame part of it, Lou, is that if they knew anything about this fan base or this state and its people, The only confrontation anyone ever looks for is to end your nonsense and mend that bridge. Because what we see is someone green with envy and hatred that they're not here with us doing what we're doing. Even though you can't see that in yourself, you feel, I don't know what it is. It's this weird thing. And I'm willing, all of us, the heartbeat of this organization is acceptance, inviting, a multiplicity. We are all of it. And you guys shame that all the time. And there's a lot of them. And it's weird. It's very odd to me. You know, I think about people that I see come in the chats that I know that don't live around here. And like, you know, God forbid they ever came to a Dolphins game and found the type of stuff that goes on in the Dolphins community. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. And I can't help but think that so many people who are far and wide that partake in the Dolphins community, that find this type of vitriol and it turns them off, that they just go back alone, sitting in their house, watching it. Only Dolphins fan from 500 freaking miles. No one in his family even watches football. And that poor SOB should feel comfortable enough to partake in this community and have his voice heard and be able to feel comfortable enough to come to a game. All that stuff. It bothers me at my core, and I see it, I get it. Right now there's a lot of people feeling good about the Dolphins. Put that energy where it belongs, guys. Okay, don't start looking for people to annex and excommunicate and freaking gatekeep out this fan base. You look like an idiot. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I know. California, it's funny you were saying that because it's exactly you who I was thinking of, California, about one day I want you to come here, California, and be at this fucking thing. And you know, you're all over the place. You see how people get, and a lot of it's in good fun. But, like, you know Twitter a little bit, too, I think, California. I don't know if you're up there. But, like, it would kill me in my heart to think that California wouldn't want to come to a Dolphins game because of the way some of these people be acting on these other platforms all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It would break me to think that Wooback, which I know Wooback, he's come up plenty, and I don't think anybody standing in front of Wooback. You know what I'm saying? Wooback, hey bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna get stood. But if Wooback was somebody who didn't come up on here, no different than anyone else that would have come up on here, I wouldn't want them to feel like they partake in this community and feel like, man, I don't want to go to a Dolphins game. Like, what if you know, what they're afraid they're gonna meet somebody in the parking lot or something. Exactly what happened to you, Lou. I mean, people think the only reason Lou got it the way he got it is because Lou just was standing on his own feet and let his voice be heard. And there's plenty of people that dare not let their voice be heard for exactly the reasons that Lou just had, and the exact reasons that I do. And Color and everyone else who comes up here and receives just, you know, a guy going in on him and then makes 3 or 4 burner accounts and keeps going in and starts tagging people and be like, this guy did this, and now it's a whole thing. And I get it, it's internet bullying, you can turn it off, but you're missing my point. Like, the point is that that's the only connection some of these people have for good, and it's only connection some of these people have for bad. And I understand there's a balance there. I'm not gonna not let it be said, dog. I can't handle it.
I gotta interject on that point about people saying, "Oh, it's the internet. Get off of it." This and that. You know what? These people create this software and all these social platforms for us to have a place to interact. I shouldn't fucking have to decide, oh, that's too toxic a place for me. Don't go to Twitter just because somebody in the organization wants to insult me every morning and fucking, you know, put my name in their mouth because they're so butthurt about a fucking take I might have had about Tua.
And the other end,
I shouldn't have to be like, oh no, guess what? I'm the only person in the country who doesn't get to go to Twitter because I can't accept people attacking me like that. Go fuck yourself. Stop attacking people.
Color on one, dog. There ain't never stopping my boy Color, dog. Ain't never stopping that man, dog. again,
Oh man.
you know, it's an oddity.
Hey, and if you don't, you got what's coming to you. Because the new owner don't like that shit, in case you didn't notice. So keep fucking bringing your shit on Twitter. See how long you the fuck have your account.
Color ain't wrong too. You know, there's gonna be big changes coming to Twitter, and listen, guys, I know, I make no bones about it. Y'all already know we get extra down here at the Fins tailgate, making we make people blush with the extra.
The reason I don't name names, okay, is because first of all, it'll just make me look bad, okay, and the motherfucker that's putting my name in his mouth knows that's the situation and knows I ain't gonna put his name in my mouth. You know who I'm talking about, sir. Keep my fucking name out your fucking mouth. You say it one more fucking time, and I'm going to the fucking Miami Dolphins LLC because I'm a paying motherfucking customer.
Damn.
Put my
Color
name
ain't
in your
playing.
mouth one more time, bitch.
Here it is again. Again, these burner accounts. Now there's two haters, and you're gonna gatekeep a fool. It's laughable to me.
Oh, I can say this without naming names. It ain't no motherfucking burner account. Everybody the fuck knows who I'm talking about.
God damn. Y'all remember, I keep that fucking color shotty in the back. Don't fuck around. I'll unleash that bitch. I'll holster this color shotty and start kicking doors down. Color. Again. Fucking hate colors.
Hey, Color is riding in a Dodge Caravan right now with the side door wide open.
Straight wide open, bro.
Wide open.
With the wires all hanging out from the dash and shit because he hot wired that bitch.
Motherfuckers got me wanting to jump off a fucking bridge. Meanwhile, out there, everybody in this fan base preaches anti-bully and depression and all this fuck shit. Go fuck yourselves with that shit. Y'all don't want to help nobody.
We gonna get into the good stuff, guys. We gonna get into the good talk too. It's gotta be said, bro. I know he said LLC. He said LLC. That shit was funny
I
as
love
hell.
Color.
Again, guys, y'all already know, man. We get down, but we make no bones about people. They ain't fake. It ain't. I'm not going to put on a face. I think y'all missed the point of the purple jacket. Not all of you, because I know y'all get it. It's a mockery. Don't you understand? It's a mockery. The way social media handles itself. I will bring the unreality to the reality, and that's how it goes.
One other thing. Since the person seems to know so much about me being a chain smoker, an old man, old redneck who fucking lives in his bedroom, since that motherfucker seems to know so much about me, hey, thanks for watching.
Goddamn Color pulling not a nair one a punch. Eagles just intercepted the fucking football. Fourth quarter, they're down by 2 with 12 minutes and 24 seconds left. Tanner Heineke put one up in the air and got snatched. Anyhow, it was a shitty interception. I don't know. I'm waiting to see if he had pressure in his face right now. No, he did not. It was just an underthrown football. Anyhow, fuck, man, wow. Anywho, goodness gracious, Color done put me through another one, Lou. I'm off the rails right now.
Yeah, Color definitely came in hot.
Again, it's look, airing out dirty laundry, time and place. Matter of fact, we fit to have a whole time and place for just that kind of stuff. You guys got some good stuff coming out here in the next couple of weeks. It's going to take time, but we building something else here, Lou. You already know. But, again, this fan base, this festering problem, it's like mold. If you let it sit in the dark, it's just going to grow out of control. You got to get some light on that shit, and you got to point it out. And, there's plenty of these people that are looking to take people that are actively going around pulling out receipts. I'm going to show my receipt on you with some weak ass shit, like anyone's around here, not just talking football. Okay? I ain't Chris Sims. I ain't some doofus on TV. I'll be at the games, and more often than not, my boys is. So I don't get how these folks be moving around in the shadows that ain't never going to show up, Lou. They're not coming.
Well, I just don't understand, Cap, is you guys have done a great job here in the Fins tailgate the past couple of weeks of trying to put the energy towards the Bills, the Browns, the Bears. And it's like, bro, we got people in this community too worried about gatekeeping our own people. Bro, why ain't we at the necks of the fucking Houston Texans? Why ain't we trying to find the Houston Texan fans? Because that's who we play next.
Because you can't find them, Lou. That's the truth. Can't find no Houston Texans fan right now.
We tried that with Buffalo, Lewis, and all we got was people continuing to come at us.
I get it, Color. Yeah,
creating lies and platitudes to get us to react like we're doing tonight, and they've done it again.
Yeah, it's okay, but the platitudes and lies only continue when they fester. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. A lot of these punks, they're gonna comb through all the content, find ways to. I got you saying this. Guess what? I've got like 10,000 hours. I've said everything on this bitch.
I'll do it the fuck for them.
I don't know about that, Color. I ain't doing shit for nobody.
Oh yeah,
got me
oh yeah,
up.
that's them. Anybody got the vid? Yeah, I got the vid, buddy. Your little minions ain't gonna do the work for you, bro. I'll give you the video. What part of what I said do you want me to clip for your ass and present it to you on a silver platter?
God damn.
What
Let
part?
it out, Color.
Hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. I got the video. Tell me what part you want me to clip.
Damn, Color ain't fucking.
Punk. Get back to your fucking job. Get back to your fucking job.
That seat at the table is there for you every day, Vaughn.
You got a job to do, buddy. You got a job to do. Why don't you stick with it instead of sitting on Twitter all day bashing Miami Dolphin fans? You Jaguar fan. That's right.
Damn. Von Joe, on the real dog, that seat's always there.
By the way, how's the weather for all you haters? How's the weather up there? Y'all gonna enjoy your flight down to Miami this week to see the game, huh? Why don't you stop by my house? Why don't you stop by my house so I can tell you how the weather is?
I love how Von Joe ends it with "I love you, Lewis," but takes a shot at me before he says "I love you." Jesus fucking Christ! That's how we're moving out here in these streets, Vaughn.
Listen, Von's got the table's been sitting there for Von Joe whenever he ready, dog. Anytime, Vaughn, holler at your boy.
You had a job, Von Joe.
I know, right? I know. Fucking Color on one, dog. Color on one.
I see you I thought you were working mornings.
We know Jan. We're trying, and Jan, there's been misunderstandings and stuff, but I always know you come around, Jan. You've been Jan's. Yeah, but Color Jan has continued to come around because he knows that it's.
Yeah, it continues to come around in patches too.
No, fuck that. He's coming around because he knows there's a ebbs and flow to this. I don't get upset with people who get upset.
That's why I've accepted him.
I don't get upset with people who get upset. I get upset with people who fucking lie. That's who I get upset with. And people who are just mean-spirited. It's again, we're not above getting dirty on this, but these boys doing dirty.
The man in the high castle needs to look at my videos and see what I say before he starts claiming I'm dogging him for the job he's doing with our quarterback. Okay? Come down out your high castle, okay, and watch my content, and you can decide for yourself instead of your stupid little minions coming to you all day telling you what the fuck I say. You want to know what the fuck I said? You come to me like a fucking man and you ask me, punk.
Jesus Christ.
The punk is good. The punk was good as fuck. No, Jan. Color just on one, dog. Just watch out. He's shooting machine gun fire.
Well, I'm not allowed to say names in case y'all are wondering. I can't show you what happened because out of decorum.
It's all right. Look, again, we don't play.
They're allowed to say what the fuck they want, but if we say something, we get held accountable by our audience.
Turnover. Wait a minute.
Because we're not
touchdown. Turnover. scoop and score. Oh, damn, fucking number 88 hurt, too.
Washington
just...
That's Goddard, ain't it?
I don't know. But I'm telling you
Goddard.
right now,
Face mask.
if this
look at
touchdown
that.
stands, there's ice this football game.
It is Goddard.
Oh, dude,
Goddard
it's a
is
face mask. That's
bro.
coming back, bro. He face masked the shit out of homeboy.
That's what caused the injury, it looks like.
Yeah, no fuck. Damn. Look, again,
I'm all right with you, Jan. I didn't mean to say what I said, but you do every once in a while. You still tie it on and come
it's all
out.
right.
Don't
I get
forget
upset
we have
just
an
like
understanding,
everybody
you know what I
else does. Again, we accept
all right. I
people
get it.
in all of their flawed and mistakes. Again, these people have been acting this way since the conception of this fucking program. They've been lurking in this bitch, and I promise you right now, if you watching were to start a YouTube channel today, and, you know, Fiddle Faddle got 2 or 3 of your buddies together and put it together right around the 200 mark, these certain people start taking notice, and they start feeling you out. Then they start reaching out. Then they start filling your head with nonsense about, like, they're watching, Dolphins are watching, da-da. And they are. Dolphins are watching everybody. I would, too. They're like a gajillion-dollar product. They're watching everybody. No shit. Okay? Then they start playing this whole other game on you that, you know, you could, you know, be careful and this, and then they feel you out, and then either you become one of them or they take you out before you can go anywhere. And that's just the reality of it. Exactly what
drama. If you start any drama, you're going to be the one to look bad, and then they start drama all on you, so it looks so you react, and you're the one that is the one starting all the drama all the time. Yeah, that's how they roll.
I usually don't like Green Rat's comments.
Like a bunch of little Saul Alinsky-ites, man. Blame the other side for doing exactly what you're doing.
I kind of like that one though. I ain't gonna lie. I usually don't agree with Green Rat.
I know, bro. I know. I was actually
Green Rat.
That was pretty good.
Green Rat moves in these streets, dog. He's out there. He might not always pop up in the chat, but I know he's in. He's kind of like Greg in that way, except Greg go on a panel. You might forget Greg's up on that panel, but you'll hear his cackle sooner rather than later. You'd be like, Greg, fucking bloody motherfucker, boy. Greg kills me.
Green Rat's like that bard that follows you around in medieval times and just pokes at you all day and but honestly cares, you know? Like, yeah, but he's like writing shit about you in his story. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this motherfucker.
Vivian, as long as there's air in my lungs, everyone's allowed to be a Dolphins fan, and I'll fucking fight to the death for that shit.
As long as you hold yourself accountable when you say things that your eye tests tell you to make a certain take, and it's negative, you know, somebody don't like your take, you might have to hold yourself accountable for your words, since you know you start to get a following, and all of a sudden, I guess there's some kind of law against bad takes or something. Like, even if all my takes were as bad as these people say, like. Accountable to who?
Exactly. Again,
like, what am I going to go to jail now?
Again, I'm not opposed to the shenanigans. I'm not, and I'm not even opposed to someone shenaniganizing this guy, but not the way these boys play, because they don't play the game.
I wish
they're trying to silence motherfuckers. They don't want to.
Y'all want to see what I'm talking about? Follow at ColorCom on Twitter. Y'all get to see it right there.
Holy fuck, Color ain't fucking around.
Just asking for a follow. I ain't telling them, you know, I ain't showing nothing.
Ain't fucking around. Again, there's this. I don't even know how. Color keeps interrupting me. I keep losing my thought. Fucking, he keeps troping. He is fucking slicing me down. Bro. I know, buddy. I lost it. Again, there's no reason why we can't use this in a fun way. I don't mind the game. They ain't playing the game. They don't want to have a conversation. They don't want to talk or even argue or fight about it. They want to silence you. They want to run you off of places. If you, God forbid, get on Twitter and get 200 or 300 followers, you're a threat to them. Because your voice could go longer. You're accountable, I hear. You're gonna be held accountable for your words. Be careful what you say. Who the fuck are you, dude? These people act like they're out. They got a God complex. They really got some problems. So
they literally think that our words are going to affect the play of the players. They literally think that.
They really do. And people think that there's all about them, or that there's some, pot at the end of the rainbow or something. This is a hobby, guys. This is for fun. And they think that there's some, I don't know, that they're going to get recognized. You're getting into the cool kids club. You're welcome. You're in the cool kids club.
And like, how many of these little detailed things, these little nuanced things that I've said over the whole entire summer, how many of these things were literal tongue-in-cheek jokes that they're just like acting like we're real? You know?
Easy, I feel it, dog. More haters, more paper, and I'm about it, and that's cool. But the way they move, not just at me, but other people, and the lines they cross to a weaker, more sensitive person, it could affect in mental ways, physical ways, and beyond all that. And I'm not the kind of guy, and neither apparently is Color nor Lewis nor anyone else who rocks with the TFTG, are the type of folks that watch a guy, a group of guys pick on somebody. We don't. Do that.
TD was too big a target for them. So since they lost that little battle, they're coming after me, little old me. Like, oh, this guy, oh, he's a old redneck, chain smoking redneck that lives in his bedroom. Oh boy, yeah. What did you stay up all the fuck night to come up with that, bro? Really? No, the fuck wonder it took so long to get back to health.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I did say it this time, motherfucker. At least now you can clip it.
God damn, there is no stopping, homeboy. There is never a stop. Man, I'll tell you what. Get me fucking Washington's kicker. That son of a bitch is money.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck. So, all right. Again,
all you
guys.
had to do was stop punching down, kid. That's all you had to do.
Well, believe me, they're watching intently because they've been watching intently for quite some time.
Oh,
and,
bet I know that, bro. Otherwise, you wouldn't know so much about me.
Again, it's the minions that move around that turn around and they go, holy fuck, that TFTG is still kicking. They got tons of subscribers. Their videos are, clipping decently. They have a steady stream of growth. It's been almost a year and they're still around. More often than not, we chase these bitches down before they get to 1,000. Or when they get to 1,000, we figure out a way to destroy them some way. Why do you think, guys? Why do you think there's so many startup Dolphin channels that either don't get to 1,000 or just get over 1,000 and cease to exist? And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you right now. Outside of the financial burden that it puts on you, because I'm telling you right now, I've wasted more money on this hobby than a lot of other hobbies I've had. Okay. Time demands a lot of your time. I got kids. I got a job. I got shit to do. I manage it. But that's why I'm doing it at 10 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? Not because I like the 10 o'clock at night thing. I still got to get up at 6 in the morning. No, I do it because it's a sacrifice. Because I love this and I want this for all of you and I want to share it with you guys as well. So
that's right, and it takes a lot of energy to do that.
It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of everything.
Y'all see how excitable I am, how much energy I put. Like
Color will drain
yelling all the time. That
quickness.
takes a lot of energy out of me. It ain't good for me. It's not like I wake up every morning inspired thinking, how am I going to yell at my audience today? You know what I mean?
You come
I'm
to
just
see
saying,
that
it
show,
takes energy. That's all. It's taxing, and it's like, look, man, I just want to be left alone. I've said it 1,000 freaking times. If this guy has a problem with my critique on his training, he knows where to find me. I literally sit at Stephen D's table live at the tailgate and broadcast sometimes. All he's got to do is come the fuck over there and say something to me.
I'll be there. I'm shooting, for realistically the Jets game. I'm gonna make that happen. I always make one game a year. Next year, hopefully it'll be different. And I'll be at all the games or most of the games anyhow. But I was there last year when I started this whole thing. The last Jets game, gave away I think 5 or 6 tickets. Pulled up, barbecued, had a massive grill, food, gave it all away. I thought I
figured it out, Cat. He's
What's
able to punch down on Twitter, but not in the real world. Oh, I got it. I
That's right.
answered
And
my
I
own
get it.
question. I'm sorry.
I get it. I get what Twitter is. And again, we're about the shenanigans. It's just the silencing of people attacking the fan base. It's to guys like us, we'll fight back. I'm more concerned with those that can't and won't. That's my concern, because I've seen them do it and they continue to do it. And I'm sorry that, I'm busy. I'm a busy guy, so I don't catch it all the time. And not to mention, a lot of them block me, so I'm not able to do that, because last time they didn't have me blocked, I done fucked their whole deal up. But I ain't got time to create burner accounts and go figure out who's their next target. Just so happens we're the next target apparently now. But again, it's just a weird thing. And we'll continue to do our best to prevent it from happening to good fans out there that are allowed to say whatever the hell they want. Anything they want. They can talk as much shit one way or the other, as long as they're talking, as long as they're being heard. Because I want to listen. I want to have that discussion. I want to have that conversation. And I definitely don't want to hear that someone was silenced for any reason. That ain't cool. That ain't American. That ain't Floridian. And that certainly ain't the Dolphin. So I'm not going to let it happen. And I will call that bullshit out. That's it. That's all I got. That's it. That's all I got. We can bicker. We can fight. We can go in. We can do it all. And I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a good thing to do. We have a good time doing it. Sometimes somebody take it far, got to get tuned up a little. Sometimes that. But I don't want to hear about people being, silenced or excommunicated or, just belittled in ways. It's just not going to fly. So let's move. All right, boys. I appreciate y'all.
How about that Tua, bro?
Tua straight smoking right now, boys.
Fucking dealing all 3 games, man.
Straight smoking it. Balling. I've got some tidbits. Just think about this. The Dolphins offense. Shout out to Mike McDaniel. Shout out to Tua. Shout out to Chris Greer. These guys are the men with the plan, executing it at the highest of levels. This offense, this team, this everything is something to marvel at. And everyone should feel ecstatic. Right now, Tua is numero uno. 2 times uno, 2 plus 1 equal 1, divided by 1 equal extra 1. There's 39 QBs in this rank, and Tua is the first, according to PFF. But for everybody, it ain't just PFF. Everybody know. Tyreek Hill, also numero uno. Out of 122 wide receivers measured in PFF, he sits atop that. Alec Ingold, number 2 amongst all fullbacks, which to me, Alec Ingold got the hands, he got the moves, he's got the everything. What's up, CB83? I see you, dog.
Yo, you see this, bro? The Eagles just had a long bomb. The guy caught it, flipped over. Nobody touched him, so he got up the run, and the guy punched the ball out for Washington. Fumble recovery, Washington. That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Eagles are trying everything to lose this game, Von Joe. You right. Couple of other tidbits on this football team. Connor Williams is the 5th rated center in the NFL, and I can't help but feel that he would be even potentially number 1 if he hadn't had a couple of those fumbled snaps and even the one he put above to his head. Like, he's been lights out, bro. Connor Williams, I know there were some struggles, and I had major, and still kind of do after seeing that high snap at times about, God forbid he puts one over to his head. But you saw, dude, I mean, literally, guys, you remember hearing me say this. I was like, I'm afraid he's going to put one over to his head or a high snap, and Tua's going to reach out and get it and get his hands hurt. It happens all the time. How quick did Tua grab that ball and didn't even fuck around with it? He grabbed it and fell right on it. That's a heads-up football move. Like, these are the type of nuanced growth things that are the telling of. Okay, he is sharpening the edges of his game that create dynamic, bro. Create dynamic. I know it sounds so ridiculous, but like, this is why, and I know you Tua sexuals hated when I was having my criticisms of Tua, but this is the stuff what I criticized and critiqued, which I wanted to see the growth in, because it is a third year. This was the precipice. And really, let's be real, it's kind of, he should have been sat out that first year. But my point is that throwing football, oh shit, what a fucking pass. Debo, is that Samuel too? Oh, fuck.
Oh, the fix is in, man. The fix is
flag. Oh, shit. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's definitely a fixed referee run. I see his face right now. No, yeah, it was this, da-da-da. Anyhow,
yeah,
man,
real quick, Capitan, I wanted to say something real quick about what you're saying about Tua. One of the biggest keys right now, and I think people are missing it, and maybe I'll say it this way because it sounds way better. We can talk about, this number of this number of that, but think of it like this. Tua's interception rate is 3% now. That means he only throws 3 interceptions for every 100 passes, right?
That's ridiculous, Color.
Right. Well, guess what? He only has 3 interceptions. So say it like this. Tua has not thrown an interception in 100 passes.
Color, that sounds ridiculous to even say that, bro.
It could be at least as small as 97, I guess it could be. But he hasn't thrown a pass in like 100 passes, interception in like 100 passes. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's an amazing stat. I've got also Connor Williams is the 5th guard in the NFL out of 38, or excuse me, center in the NFL out of 38. But Robert Hunt out of 81 guards is 6th in the NFL. Now, I already told you guys, Tyreek Hill is number 1. Jalen Waddle in his own right, nothing to sneeze at, is number 7 right now on all wide receivers. And not to forget, now this is this offense. This is Mike McDaniel's, baby right here. Teron Armstead, 15, ranked 15th out of 80 offensive tackles. And remember, he's missed some time. Tua as well missed some time. I'm going to go through zippity-doo-dah quick. First in QB, Tua. First in wide receivers, Tyreek Hill. 7th in wide receivers, Jalen Waddle. The number 2 fullback in the NFL. The number 5 center. The number 6 right guard, or all guards, excuse me. They don't do right or left. It's all guards, number 6. And number 15 in tackle. This offense, as thought in how it was going to be put together with Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer, and the guys in top of this building putting the pieces together. Dolphins also, as you guys know, man, with this Chubb trade and Wilson on this team, they have shown that this year, next year, we are all in, and it is the right team to do that kind of money betting on right now. This is the exact football team, hot, getting hot, playing up, firing on all cylinders. You throw down the money on that. That is a good bet right there. Damn, this game is something else. God bless it, bro. Let's see these Eagles lose. Some other stuff. These are some of Tua's ordeal.
I misspoke a minute ago. It's even better.
Oh, let's hear it.
I didn't realize I didn't hit the interception percentage earlier. Okay, he's thrown 3 interceptions, but his interception percentage is 4th in the league at 1.2%. That means 1.2 interceptions for every 100 passes thrown.
Damn, nice sack. Anyhow, all right. So some of Tua's some of the most important categories you want to see out of your quarterback. I'm just going to give you the numbers and where Tua ranks. And this is just, look, it ain't giving the kid his flowers. That son of a bitch grew his own flowers and said, all these flowers mine now. Okay? Because these numbers are ridiculous. Passer rating, 118.4. That's first in the NFL. Third down passer rating. Third down. And I'm sorry, these aren't no third and shorts. How many 3rd and 8+ yards have we seen Tua convert? This offense convert. I see him 3 or 4 times a game. That, first of all, this football team couldn't convert a third down to save its soul in the past 2 seasons. Tua is number 1 in the NFL converting third downs. His passer rating is 149.8. I'm going to repeat that because a perfect pass rating, if memory serves me correct, is 158.3 or 153.8. It's not much further. 149.8, Lou. 149.8 on third down.
Yeah, listen, Tua Tagovailoa is playing outstanding, but I just wanted to be known there was a quarterback that did have a 153.8 passer rating yesterday.
There was only one perfect quarterback on that football field yesterday, Lou. You ain't lying, dog.
Because I see CB83 in the chat talking about tomorrow's all 22 film breakdown on his channel, and he said the eye in the sky don't lie. So hopefully he talks about Skylar Thompson's 158.3 passer rating. Hopefully
he said the eye in the sky. He's a Skylar fan? Eye in the sky? Damn, he's a Skylar fan. I heard it.
The eye in the sky don't lie. So
the eye in the sky don't lie. Damn, CB83. Damn, you finna watch CB83, big time Skylar fan, man. Shout out CB83. I like Skylar too, man. One hell of a backup. Eye in the sky don't lie. Eye in the sky don't lie, dog. I feel you. That is dope. I feel you supporting QB too. Listen, I think the organization feels as such too. Knee flare up. Teddy Bridgewater got a knee flare up all of a sudden. What are we talking about here?
We haven't heard, and supposedly it's a chronic knee injury now. That means
that boy on the chronic. That boy on the chronic.
That might mean that Skylar Thompson might be QB2 moving forward. If it's chronic and it just flares up like that from time to time.
Skylar is a solid backup. I feel very good, and I'm certain this Dolphins franchise feels great about having him as a backup. I'm interested to see how he can, be that other dude on the sideline, the headset guy working with Tua. Listen, say all you want, people who are scared of competition or anything like that. Lots of great quarterbacks, Greasy, have good backups because that's how football teams are. You don't waste no space around here. You don't put some chump in that backup because you're worried about what people are going to say about QB1. That's y'all's insecurity, not ours. I want a good backup quarterback because I want a guy who knows how to execute the offense good too, so he's keeping the secondary guys fresh. That's how Sherfield looking like a freaking baller out there because he'd been, in practice getting those extra reps because I can't be having QB1 out there doing everything. I need another guy with a nice arm running this offense to good execution. How do you think these O-linemen are coming in and playing well? It's a team effort, guys. We don't need to dog again with this type of energy in this fan base. I don't need to dog Skylar Thompson to build up to it. It is not necessary. Before Tua went on his mad tear, which he's been winning football all year, but before he went on his mad tear, we didn't need to tear down people who were up high to bring Tua, up high. He's done that all on his own.
Exactly.
It's why we pushed against it.
Exactly, Cap. And who did we say all offseason long? All of us said it was the one person that could bring Tua up.
It's all we've
not dragging Skylar down, not complaining about how bad a quarterback Herbert is, not complaining about how bad a quarterback Burrow is. Tua.
See, Color.
Bring himself up.
That's it.
I'm here for the reindeer games too. You know what I'm saying? Herbert not looking so good. In fact, starting to look like homeboy I thought he was going to be in the NFL. Not the dude I seen came out. I was surprised as everybody else. Like, holy shit, did we fuck up? You know what I'm saying? If that was going to be how it continued. But I'll pull up CB. I've been up here once or twice before. I'm gonna slide through, homie. Yeah, I don't want none of this smoke, dog. Don't want none of this, kid. I'll come through though. Skyler, or what am I lost my fucking train of thought. What was I saying, Color?
Something about
You were talking about Justin. You were talking about.
Justin Herbert. Thank you, Lou.
Justin Herbert.
Thank you, Lou. God bless it. Anywho, when we were gonna draft these two kids, I was all more leaning towards Tua for the reasons we're seeing now. I thought, first of all, I never thought Herbert would have ever gonna come out looking like he did. Shocked. But when the moments get big, I seen Herbert in college just, here it is, it's teed up, this is a team, he gonna do it. I mean, he'd have one of his worst games. Tua, it's like, oh shit, I don't know, man. You know what, if it don't work out, this is a game they could drop and no, that ain't it. He rises. So, and now as the pressure cooker was at its hottest, everyone unanimously, Tua sexuals and all said, hey, this is a make or break year for Tua. Well, him on his own made it. Him, the work he puts in, the practice, the extra stuff. This is how. Wow, man, they hit him while he was going down on a knee. What a bunch of scumbags.
I think he was baiting them too, and that's why he's celebrated, because he caused it.
It's pretty brilliant.
Like, I think on the way down, he's bitching him up or some shit, and the one guy just couldn't take it and hit him.
That's pretty brilliant. I like that.
That's great. What? Well, I don't know. There was no reason for all that. That was legit. Look, he gave up. He surrendered, and the guy came in with helmet first, dude. Like, what an idiot.
What's that, CB? Oh, he had to run here. Why? Because we all got bad takes.
I know, right?
This guy, dude. This guy's a freaking clown. Damn,
Look,
that was a dirty-ass hit, though. I'm sorry. He did kind of bait him, but Buddy straight on his butt, just straight clock. Look, now they're pinning their ears back like, fuck this asshole.
Where did I go last week? I'm going to have to read that comment.
Oh,
Yeah,
CB trying to stir the pot, bro.
I know. He wants some
That color
attention.
won't come. Well, yeah, because you always stir the pot on me, bro. I'll get the energy up one day, CB, but you tax me a lot, bro. I'm just going to say, you're good at what you do.
CB hasn't had one good take since he's been out here in these YouTube streets.
No, but
So
he's good. He's good.
fooling?
Hey, but Lewis, just because I said he was good at what he does is get my blood boiling. That's what he's good at.
Hey, listen, he got a little something with that. Certainly ain't no football takes. That's for damn sure.
Listen, the only thing CB did good when he was gone to Howard for 3.5 weeks and we didn't have to see his face. When Tua wasn't playing well and he was in hiding, when he accuses everybody else of hiding. That's the only thing.
He goes, I go to Howard. Bitch, you went to Howard for a month? God damn.
Yeah. And I forgot who mentioned the point. They don't have internet at Howard? They ain't no cell phone service or
Crypto
nothing?
did. Crypto said, he goes,
Yeah.
what, they got no motherfucking internet up there? Shunky ass place.
What the fuck are we doing out here?
I know, right?
Yeah, that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Bitch was at Howard for a month. Listen, man. I expect you. And guess what? CB83, not too dissimilar to the other crap I see around here with all this freaking everybody feeling themselves all of a sudden. Y'all better start acting right. You're gonna whammy us. That's what I don't like. Y'all gonna whammy us.
Somebody explain to me why Washington is kneeling the ball at the 50-yard line.
Because they won.
Oh, I'm looking at the score backwards. Oh, damn, they're winning. Shit.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Still
over.
got to drive.
Yeah, you get it. It's over, dog. Yeah,
All
I'll drop the
right.
link. Let me
One
just.
more year for safety.
Oh yeah, boys be popping them champagne bottles right nizzle. All in.
Ain't lying. Larry Zonka's turning up tonight.
Yeah, Larry
Good
Zonka
old
gonna be
Zonk.
tossing. Yeah, Zonk gonna be dropping them dollars, boy.
If people didn't get butter so much, we could play the Dolphins anthem, but they'd probably get stricken for that.
I'm gonna make my own remake.
Got to
of
be
it.
public.
I'm telling you,
Chris, it's got to be public license by now. That
it
song
is.
dude.
But I'm not even gonna play. I'm gonna
know.
I'm gonna make one. Like I'm gonna get a guitar and do it. Like go for it, straight up hardcore. No, it's gonna be like Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
Miami, that's exactly what it's.
Team.
Yeah, it's gonna be that.
Like the ones I've ever seen.
Hello.
They're in the air. They're on the ground. They're always in control.
Fuck, color my vocal this bitch. I like what he's getting at.
God damn.
Just stand up. Motherfucking Dolphins. Motherfucking Dolphins #1.
Damn. Color ready.
Give it up, bro.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do
That might be
this.
the last time I could ever do that, but
That's all right. All right, let me finish these up real quick. So that was third down, #1 in the NFL, just a hair shy of 150 pass rating. Fourth quarter passer rating, clutch quarter. He's #1 in that as well. 123.2. Do you realize, like, Tua could, and I'm not saying I want this, but he could statistically have one or two piss poor games. And let's be real, even by judging the body of NFL work, lackluster games, none of them were piss poor. It's not like there was games where I felt like there's plays for sure and just bonehead interceptions at times.
sorry, Washington just poured another one on because they tried a Philly miracle and they fumbled it.
And they fumbled it, and the fucking lineman scored it. Lineman scored a touchdown. He's doing the fucking greedy too. Big ass white boy lineman, fucking, fucking giant. Damn. But yeah, fourth quarter passer rating, 123.2. Check this though. Red zone passer rating, #1, 118.8. And then finally, yards per attempt, 9.13 yards per attempt, #1 in that.
Boom, that's the biggest number.
He's
biggest
in
change from
no
last
color.
year.
Biggest change. Fuck that. He's almost got a perfect passer rating on third down. Color.
Yeah, but I'm saying in
That's
those
the
passes
biggest
you're
one.
Yeah, but in those passes you're talking about, they're going for 9 yards a clip instead of 6, which is what it was
Well,
last.
no shit, color. How many times have been 3rd and 13 that you seem to have put a 17-yard dart
it's
over the
unreal.
damn thing?
I
It's
almost-
unfucking real.
I almost feel more comfortable on 3rd and 12 than I do 2nd and 7.
Color. I'm not shitting
I would
you.
agree.
When it's 3rd, 10 or more, I almost comfortable than Mike McDaniel, like thinking this is a dive play here or something. And I'm not questioning McGenius right now. I think he overthinks it when, I'm sorry, but you ride the hot hand. And Tua's fucking hot right now.
Is
I
it
would
just
not
me or
even
does
play.
Heineke look like discount John Cena?
Holy shit. He does a little bit. He looks a little bit like layaway John Cena or something. Anyhow,
Or like an actor that plays a quarterback in a movie. That's what he looks like.
he's like a movie double. So, okay. Now, here's those statistics where Tua ranks right now, which is #1 across the board on all the major statistics you want to see. Again, #1 in passer rating, #1 in third downs, #1 in fourth quarter, #1 in red zone, #1 in yards per attempt. That's rating, and attempt. Just #1 across the board. Here's where Tua's 2022 season ranks across the NFL in the past decade. So, interesting stat. Brett Bergeron, Bercheisen put this together.
Bercheisen.
Ja. Passer rating 3rd with 118.4. He would be still 1st in third down pass rating. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That third down pass rating that's almost 150, that's unheard of, bro. That is ridiculous. Fourth quarter passer rating, he'd be 7th in that with 123.2. Red zone, he'd be 7th with 118.8. He'd still be 4th in yards per attempt, clipping it at 9.13. So,
bro, Adam
again,
nailed it. That's exactly what I was thinking, bro. John Cena, Matt Damon hybrid. That's totally what he is, bro.
I'm seeing a little Christian McCaffrey in there too.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, I already let everybody know, Tua is now tied with Jalen Hurts, which I'm sure is about to change after today. But going into today, Tua and Jalen Hurts are both tied for second in the MVP voting. I would imagine Jalen Hurts now falls behind Tua, and then it's Patrick Mahomes, Tua, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, and next on the list, crazy enough, Geno Smith. And right behind Geno Smith, in front of Justin Herbert, a sneaky MVP, Tyreek Hill. Now, hear me out here, everybody, because to me, Tyreek Hill, he looks like the boy from Blade Runner. Damn. The Tyreek Hill, although had a little, I don't want to say a regression type game, I thought this was a masterful football game. He had a touchdown, had some targets. I thought it was masterful play calling and everything, the whole ordeal. Tyreek Hill still has yet to take over a football game or two. There's always, since Tyreek Hill's been a wide receiver and not just a gadget guy, there's like 2 games a year he goes off for 200-plus yards and 2-plus touchdowns. He finds a way to put up those types of games against San Francisco, against the Chargers, against the Packers, or any of our divisional opponents. And we're in a dogfight, and Tyreek Hill goes, I'm feeling it, get me to football, and you're giving him a 3-yard pass, and he shakes the whole defense, the house one, and, he's over there huffing friggin' oxygen, jumping back, just going crazy, as I've seen him do when in Kansas City. He has 2 of those games this year. On top of the stats, 2 of stats will be freaking ecstatic, but we very well may see the first wide receiver ever to get that MVP. That would be nuts.
You know, I just thought of something else. Go ahead, Lewis. You first, buddy.
No, I was going to say that would be nuts, but not even to get off the Tyreek Hill. But it's just, to me, it's amazing that from where Tua was last year, because I don't give a damn what no one wants to say. Tua wasn't showing anything close. Just for his name to be mentioned, and again, I'm with Cap. I strongly believe it should be Patrick Mahomes 1 and Tua a very close second. Bro, to go from where we were last year with Tua to talking about second in MVP, that's a credit to Tua. I know we are going to credit coaching and players and stuff. No, again, and this is coming from a supposed Tua hater. Just for Tua to put his name or have his name mentioned as an MVP, bro, it's astonishing to me. I would be a hypocrite if I said, because listen, I'll be honest. I thought he was going to be better, but I didn't see this.
And
I don't think even his most.
I was going to say, to follow Lewis up, I didn't think. I honestly, I don't agree that he will be eventually, or maybe he shouldn't be talked at that level at the top. Talked about, yes, because he is in fact playing at an MVP level. That's absolutely 100%. Sure. What I'm looking at though, and it's not even a though, because it actually supports my thoughts about this, and it may be what'll end up happening, or I should say, my second thought is maybe what'll end up happening because of it. But I think that when I think in my mind past 3 games, okay, you can say inferior opponents. I really don't care, because you still have to do what you have to do, right? So putting that aside, if you took Tyreek off of our team the last 3 games, do we lose?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
know
think
if the
so
numbers look as such. But again, I
I
also
think
wonder
Tua
about.
finds a way to win.
Away yesterday.
I think Tua still finds a way to win if Tyreek isn't on the field the last 3 weeks. To be honest with you.
So Jan, what's
Well,
happening, buddy?
one last thing,
What's
Capitan.
up, bro?
What I think's forming here, and it may be actually in Tyreek's favor, and he may be the one actually orchestrating the whole thing. If it comes down to nobody being able to decide between Patrick Mahomes and Tua,
Scrappy, good point.
well, who makes the case that, hey, y'all are sitting here arguing about these two? Well, the reason y'all are sitting here arguing about these two is because of me. And he might be he might end up being the fall guy, the scapegoat for all of them to vote for. Oh, just pick Tyreek since he made both of them. You know, not that I think that, but that they would be
Color
lazy
your
with their minds, and you know.
Again, and to Scrappy's point, he said inferior opponents are still a threat. I mean, the Redskins just beat Philly. That ain't no lie, bro.
I wasn't trying to.
No. We know he was just putting a caveat. Relax. You don't.
Sure. I was trying to make the same caveat. Like you still got a deal. You know what I mean?
Here's what I see. Here's what I see. Opponents that this Dolphins team should beat. Yes, looking at everything, growth, all this stuff. The way this team has ascended, you know, especially looking at the quarterback, ascended in his effectiveness in this scheme, bro, they're striding right now. And this last game, he was out there dealing it with this offense, with this run game that they found now, with this 1-2 punch, Wilson and Moser. Bro, that's nobody. No, the whole NFL is looking
right.
now. The whole NFL's looking now. That's why you think MVP, because the whole NFL sees it now.
What have I said, bro? What I think the NFL MVP is truly about is not who's the most valuable for their team, who's the most valuable for the NFL, and what's the NFL's main concern. So the more Tua starts causing jersey sales to go up for himself, now he's starting to actually be NFL MVP.
Why are you up here, Cap?
Hey, you got boy, I got one question. I got one damn question.
Yeah, here
Color,
comes the nonsense.
do you have your motherfucking Tua jersey yet? Do you have it? Do you have it on? I want to see your face right now.
I want to say,
he has not performed well enough for me to spend my money. Thank you very much. But
damn, Color, what do you got to do?
I am certainly willing to
What do you got to do, Color? What do you got to do? What do you got to do to get you to
win
buy
that
a jersey,
motherfucking
man?
MVP? Then I'll buy a jersey.
Oh,
y'all
boys savages, boy.
What I had
Y'all
said
savages in here, dog.
I got fucking.
I have the money. If somebody's willing to donate, I would proudly.
Wolfpack going hard for the Tua jersey, boy. Wolfpack
Go ahead,
going
CB. Buy Color a jersey, CB. Go ahead and buy him a jersey.
Color gonna owe me $100 after the season, bro. He ain't gonna have no money for no jersey, bro.
But you know the magnanimous thing for you to do would take that $100 and put it towards the jersey.
Facts.
Hey,
Ain't you magnanimous, bro?
So take the 100 and put it towards.
Now he got the joke, so now I know he's educated.
Yeah. You know it. I might consider that, but I'm gonna buy you the China Tina joint because I ain't give you the real deal. You got to get the China Tina.
It's all crooked and shit.
You gotta get that
easier
joint.
to burn if he flops.
It's got a whack ass freaking stitched together dolphin on it and shit like that. That'd be hilarious, bro. I would rock the hell out of that shit, bro. That would be so funny, dude. Oh man, that would be hilarious. Yeah, man.
What's up with y'all boys, man?
Bro, we cruising into the bye week, CB.
Y'all
we
feeling
cruising
good?
into the
Feeling
bye
good?
week.
Feeling great?
I mean, how could you not? We literally get to kick our feet back and judge other football teams and be like, y'all suck. You know what I'm saying? We get to go in on these other boys.
And I'll tell you this, CB, I'm at the level. Okay, so the back of my mind nonsense never goes away as a Dolphins fan. But I am actually back down to levels I was at when Dan Marino was our quarterback. Like, you always have in the back of your mind, you might lose this game, blah, blah, blah. But I have every faith that we're going to win every single ball game from here on out, bro.
Hey, no jitters, man. We confident right now, man. We ready to go, man. I like what we're doing, man. I mean, offensively, it's superb. Defensively, it's kind of coming together. So, I mean, you can only be happy.
No doubt that we have the ability to beat everybody in front of us. You know what I mean?
Running game.
And I feel like this defense. Well, first of all, the offense doing what they're doing, gonna help this defense. Through the struggles that they've been having with the injuries.
And I think the confidence they see on the offensive side of the ball is only going to help them gain that confidence defensively
team
as
game,
well.
dog. Team.
Yeah, it really is. Like when you see your offense go out there and score every time, you're like, "Fuck."
And look, the climates we're going to play in on the road. The climates we're going to play in on the road are actually like our fall and winter here. It's not like they're going to places they're not familiar playing. The grass is nice in LA. There ain't gonna be these divots like there were all over Soldier Field.
Yeah. We don't get real winter until we go to Buffalo like that, right?
That ain't.
It don't mean it's gonna snow. It doesn't have to snow, be cold and snowy.
Good Lord, gonna make sure it's a good day for the boys out there. We deserve some. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord, gonna make sure it's a good day.
I think we deserve a win out there because it's been a while.
I know you watch the film and you actually do a segment on it right every week.
Yeah. So I'll be watching the film.
So I know you look pretty deeply, and I know you're a fair guy. Can you tell these gentlemen and back me up on how trashy Soldier Field was, bro?
I mean,
oh my God, terrible.
That play where Chubb stumbled and fell in front of the offensive lineman. Did you see the divot he stepped into, bro?
Yeah.
I wasn't
you
just
see
imagining
the Tua slip backwards. He's like, "What the?"
Hey, you know what? It's Chicago, so somebody's stealing all that money. We already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And you got
somebody's robbing that money.
Blowing into the field.
But what's crazy about Chicago? It's one of the cleanest major cities you'll ever go to.
I'll give it that.
It's clean. I'm telling you, it's pristine. Like they keep that shit clean.
Hey, did I miss something when Color just told CB his film breakdown? He makes sense and he sees it well.
No.
That's what happens, man.
What the fuck is going on here?
The Wolfpack is slowly diminishing.
Let me correct Lewis. I said he's a fair guy, so he can see.
Lewis, I can't get.
He said he's a fair guy, not that this tape fair. He said he's fair enough that he watched some shit. That's all.
Fair enough to admit there was divots all over the field, is what I'm saying.
Divots? Man. What are you talking?
There's divots.
The Wolfpack
CB83's fucking
man.
breakdown. That's what the Wolfpack talking about here.
The Wolfpack are a bunch of bullies, man. That's all they are.
Oh damn, man! You know how I don't like bullies, bro.
I think you got Ryan back there.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of people back. I'm trying not to overwhelm it, but I'll bring up. What's up, Ryan?
Yo, what's up? Fins up, baby. Let's go on this Victory Monday.
Yeah.
Another Victory Monday, man. Yes, sir.
Who's no negativity, Mr. Ross? Is that you, Greg? It's fucking Greg, bro. It's fucking Greg over there. Greg's straight creeping on all different shit. You gotta guess it.
Crypto's the regular season.
What's up, boy?
Regular season champs. That's Crypto. It gotta be Crypto.
I'm waiting. Wooback's trying to get connected in the back. I'm gonna rotate everybody in and out, so we'll try to keep it. Try to keep it as civil as we can.
We'll get rolling.
We can get into it.
As long as you keep me on the panel, you'll have some balance, man. As long as you keep me on here, you got some balance.
All right, CB.
Well, I'll drop out if CB's willing to be my.
As long as you got me up here, bro, you good. I'm telling you.
No, I'm saying if you're willing,
got my balance beam over here and shit.
CB, if you're willing to be my switcher when I
Hey,
need to
Lewis, don't come in here with them terrible ass takes. I don't want to hear it, Lewis. Did you take your tour jersey off yet? Did you take your tour jersey off yet?
Since CB83 came up here, ratings are straight downhill.
Did you take your tour jersey off yet?
This crazy, man.
Yeah, I took it off.
Okay.
He was wearing it though. You seen him wearing it. He came straight rocking it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Had the hoodie on underneath and everything.
I know. Shit looked fly too. He looked fly as fuck.
He was looking real cute in the tour jersey.
Damn, dog, you called him cute? Shit.
Hey,
real quick before you go, Lewis. Before you go, show announcement. Hey guys, if I'm gonna drop myself back to give a chance for Ron to come up. So
Hit the like.
Just to let you know, if I need to pop in and say something, like, don't be offended if I choose you real quick. You know what I mean? It'll only be
no, for sure, bro. Yeah.
Not offended.
So I'll be back.
All right, Color.
Hey,
Color,
CB, I
get
just
your
want
ass
to.
back in here,
Hey,
Color.
hey,
Get your ass back in here.
Hey, CB, I just want to let you know I got a Tua jersey though. My shit don't snap at the bottom like you
That
do.
sounded like
You're-
CB
you're-
volunteering to be my switch.
Your
Sound
shit
like
snaps at
CB
the
was
bottom.
trying to tag you out, Color.
No, hey, really, I didn't see your. I think you got the Tua jersey dress joint. Is that what you got? The jersey dress?
Yeah. Like I said, my shit don't snap at the bottom. You got
What's up,
Tua, you
Nando?
got a Tua onesie on. Tighten up, man.
Nah. bro.
Tua
Don't be
onesie.
mad. Don't be
Hey,
Hey, you
mad,
know he got
bro.
that. He got that number one to a thong hanging up on that thing right now. Let me see it. Stand up. Let me see that back strap on that, CB. Let me see
One
that.
finger
Hey,
pointing
I
for
heard,
a ball, bro.
hey,
Woo.
Cap, I heard if Tua wins the Super Bowl, you getting that Tua tramp stamp on the back of your lower back area.
No,
That's
don't
what I
be
heard.
reusing my jokes, dog. I already
God
had that
damn.
shit. I already done
I
whooped
just heard you got
everybody
the
up on
The
that.
tramp stamp going, man. Where you wore the low
No,
hanging
no.
jeans.
I already coined that joke. Don't try to perpetrate my joke on me, bruh. With that two in your
Hey.
tramp stamp you got up there,
Come
shaving
on,
your
man.
shaving
You
your
gotta
ma-
have-
your man
You gotta have
thing.
it to a tramp
Hold up, real
stamp,
quick.
yo.
Hold on, real quick. Wooback, I see you in backstage, but it says device not connected. Trying to get you up. As soon as the device gets connected, I'll pop you in, buddy.
Yeah, man. Get my man
We
Woo in
gonna
the building.
I love Woo.
we gonna put that Dolphin logo right on that big ass dome of CB83. Yeah, we gonna put that big ass dome. Yeah.
Hey,
that's
I'll tell you
exactly where
what
it's
though,
going.
CB, you should tat that
shit
bitch
shining.
up all
That
over
shit
there. That shit
shining,
look
ain't it?
fire. You
That shit look-
tat
that
that
shit
bad boy
shining.
up, dude. Join a biker gang and shit. You be in there like Slim.
He's waiting for somebody to give him an endorsement to tat on his head. That's what he's waiting for.
Yeah, hell yeah, CB. Hell yeah, get that bread. Get that bread. I can see draft dudes right on. I can see draft dudes right on the top of your head, dude. They pay big bucks for that shit.
How much you think they paying for that? How much they paying?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but
Show me
hey,
the money, like Jerry
let me know what you
Maguire.
get. I might
Show
shave
me
my head. They pay enough.
the
Fuck around.
money. Shit.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Well,
Good.
y'all-
Bust the buddy off a
Be
piece
honest
of that.
with
Hey,
you,
DraftKings
I
will probably
actually
really
kinda
do
like
that
it,
shit,
bro.
though.
I've always wanted to go full Bic. I've only ever gone zero on an electric razor. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Hey, I agree,
when I-
Bon Joe. Hey, put Bon Joe's comment because I agree 100%.
Hold on, I gotta find
Bon
it.
Joe is lighting CB83's
With-
ass up, and I love it.
Oh, Von Joe, man.
Damn.
Hey, Wolfpack
Fireworks.
Vice President gets no love here, man.
With the back
No
out.
love
Damn.
here.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got the jersey with the back
Yeah.
chaps.
Joe.
You got the
Hey,
chaps out. You got the ass
big
out.
hate.
Damn,
Y'all big
CB83.
Damn, y'all
Damn.
some bullies,
Hey,
bro. Y'all
you out
some
here with the ass out, CB?
bullies,
You
bro.
out here?
Bullies.
You
It's
out here with
bully
the ass
gate.
The
out?
ass out cut out of the
Hey,
jersey and the
man.
damn
Hey, bully
that's out.
gate, bully
Hey,
gate,
see-
bro.
CB
It's a
out here with
bullying
the goddamn
motherfucker.
chaps on, man. He got the
Hey,
chaps
bro,
on and shit.
Wolfpack,
God
hey.
damn.
The Wolfpack a bunch of bullies. I don't give a fuck about y'all though. Y'all just fuck my dick.
Look, hey, CB.
Hey,
Gotta
hey,
check
but
it.
my man here just need to take off his shirt, be looking like the
Hey.
Buddha man.
Hey, the Wolfpack can suck a fat baby's balls. I don't give a damn about the Wolfpack.
Damn, bro, we did. Whoa,
Wait, what?
Jesus.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's some extra on that. Damn,
Come on,
crimes
bro.
and shit. God bless it. Anywho, you know what? I think this is a good. First of all, great time for the bye. Team came out. Coach was right. Emptied the tank. I mean, amazing. You know, again, I said this in the opening statement. It's like this was the type of game that this team would play down in competition. They would, you know, I don't want to say sleep on, but they could end up losing to a team like that in the past. No, that team didn't. It wasn't a trap game. Nothing like that. This team showed up and showed out. Put on a show for the boys. That's great.
Yeah, and what's crazy about it is like Cleveland's not a bad football team. They've been
not. You're right.
really rolling a little bit. So for us to kind of shut that run game down too,
Yeah,
like,
they kind of remind me of old Miami Dolphins in some way because you had balance on both sides.
Yeah.
Mr. Paul.
And we had a good
And-
run game, man.
And not only that, you had players that were some well-known sprinkle players, and you had some unknown players on the team that were playing good. So
everybody had their
let's talk about
piece.
Myles Garrett getting just isolated,
Bro,
bro.
Who?
That's
Did you
on the
see that? You
sideline,
see that
man.
thing
Yeah.
where Myles Garrett and Tua were like shaking hands after the game? Someone put the only time Myles Garrett touched Tua all day.
Bro, get Myles Garrett on a milk carton.
We're still looking for him.
Hey, first of all, did y'all see what Jalen Hurts wore to the stadium? Motherfucker jocking my style, bro.
What
Oh, he's in the purple. I saw
He
that.
had a straight
Purple.
purple get up, bro.
I saw that.
Michael Irvin did it, which I'll let Mike can do it. I love Michael Irvin, so he can, you know what I mean? He can wear. But I've been seeing everybody trying to jock on that.
You weren't the first motherfucker to put on no purple jacket, bro.
Come on, dog. I'm the only motherfucker straight rocking the purple jacket.
Hey,
What you mean?
I see you going with the leather now, though. What's up with that?
You like that?
Leather?
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, I got both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I got. Well, I mean, they got. I got the original Joker, the threads, and then I got the new.
The biker Joker? What do you call that? Biker Joker?
No, the Jared Leto Joker had that leather on and shit. So you know what I'm saying. So I got a little bit of both, a little bit of it all. Gotta be multiple. You know what I'm saying?
I see you.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta learn how to adapt.
Hey, now you just gotta find some of the other Wolfpack some cool threads because the rest of them dudes can't dress for shit. Boy, them boys.
That's cap.
Swaggy.
That's cap. That's cap.
The Wolfpack is not swaggy. That's one thing about y'all boys. Y'all get on camera and be looking.
You can't be talking when your baseline is wrinkled jerseys.
Hey, that's okay.
Wrinkled jersey, shirts,
I never seen you on film though.
Hold on, I'm a pop Woo. I'm a pop Woo up here. What's up, Woo bag? What's going on, buddy?
What's up?
You enjoying the bye week or what? Damn, Woo back all dripped out right now too. Shit.
You see what time
Damn.
it is,
Let me see that hat again, Woo. Let me see that hat. Damn, that bitch is clean, bro.
That shit's snapped at the bottom as well.
That's how we do it in Australia. In Australia, we get that good fun shit.
Yeah. Well, you guys get it stopped off before it makes the trip over. You guys get like the direct connect and shit, dog.
Yeah, probably because we're closer to China.
That's right. That's what I was saying. That's what I meant. You get the direct connect and shit.
Thailand sends that shit out too, man.
Like just making sure, Louis, there's no Chinese stuff. This is the real shit right here.
Hey, Woo back. Don't lift that thing up too high. You're gonna get a wedgie. That shit snaps at the bottom.
I'm glad that Louis went and got his jersey, and now I'm gonna wait for Color to go get his jersey.
Hey, don't worry.
Bon Joe's gonna go get his. Get an extra small so the muscles can pop out. Bon Joe.
Yeah, Von Joe small.
That's the only way that muscle's gonna pop out, bro.
Let's get himself a small so muscles can pop out. Yeah, that was good. That's good.
I mean, is child the size?
Hey, but I think that's our cap. I'm always fucking with you guys, man. No matter what, like I said, I'm not a Tua near, I'm a Tua supporter, but also I just believe in the kid, And I'm not against anyone that's got an opinion against. I'm just saying now people are starting to see. A couple of weeks ago, remember I said Tua's got the vibe, and some of you guys was like, "What vibe?" I said, "There's the vibe I saw because I knew this kid when the stars are aligned, coaching, the whole thing looks good. This is what he can do because it's not like he lost his talent, lost his skills overnight. Don't forget the kid's always had his skills. He just needed belief. And he just needed, a coach that can bring the best out of him, and people like Tyreek helps and everyone else. But the thing is, the offense is just not Waddle and Tyreek and Tua. Don't forget, Tua can dish it up just like today. Tua was like Jesus. He was making everybody eat, at the table.
Yeah.
And it was a super unpredictable offense, bro. It was so unpredictable. They could have their way in any way. Everything was. And look, shout out to the Browns as far as defensive play calling. It's not like people were out of position. It was our players beating their players in the matchups all over the field. That's what we needed to see from this football team, because it wasn't like breakdowns in coverage. It wasn't, it was perfect passes, perfect catches, perfect play calling, and then matchups where the better team wins, and everybody
and that's
had
what
their
happened.
piece.
And you had them, and that's what teams are going to do. They're going to take away Tyreek. They're going to take away Waddle. And you take those guys away, and then Sherfield eats, and Tua finds them, man. And that's what happened, man.
And don't forget.
Sherfield.
Exactly. Are we forgetting that he was throwing to Ford last year?
Craycraft.
Yeah, he was throwing to He was throwing.
Don't forget he's throwing to Grant, PvP, and Ford, and Hollins last year. So you know what I mean. The kid, give him the support, and he will cook. But I mind you, big ups to McDaniel gets a credit, but the O-line. The O-line should get a lot.
Oh, hell yeah. O-line, everybody getting Rolexes up in this mud, bro. I mean, them O-line putting in that extra, bro. They're doing really good.
The O-line will be top 5 by the end of the year.
Ron makes a good point, bro. They did take away the middle of the field, and we used the sidelines, bro, also to, eat up, that side of the,
Great point, Ron. I'll get you back up here momentarily. 1,000,000% Ron in the back.
But he's gonna use the entire field, man. He's gonna find a way to stretch it, to hit the intermediate, to go over the middle, use the boundaries. He's gonna use everything, man. Dude's a excellent play caller, and that's one thing we cannot gripe about this season.
Well, CB, I gotta say, he had his growing pains. We saw him in a couple of weeks. Clock management struggles and just trying to fit a square peg in a round hole at times.
But I think every coach is going to go through that. I mean,
every rookie coach for sure. Again, everything. I don't want to say everything's going according to plan, but as far as, look, if you've watched the NFL for any amount of time and didn't just stay focused on one football team, just take for instance the Patriots, who went all but undefeated once they lost the Super Bowl, and look at the Giants on how they started ramping up. Now, granted, they were 9-7 going in that year. The point is, this team is on this type of trajectory that the great football teams find themselves making playoff runs, making Super Bowl runs, making championship type runs. And this team has that trajectory, and the pieces are fitting together. It's why, shout out to Chris Greer, who said, F them picks, give me a pass rusher, solidify some defense for the time, get this team in order, because we're in a window right now that this year and next year. Now, beyond that, we got to start thinking about who's worth what money, how, stuff like that. Great, thank God they ain't our job. But at this moment, currently constructed, this year and next year, it's a race for where we're heading. And if we get to where we're going or within sight in this year and next year, all that other shit will take care of itself. Finances, who's going to play. Because that's when players start saying, hey, I don't mind signing a franchise tag. I don't mind taking a little bit of a home tag. Give me a 2-year rather than a 5-year, and we'll work out the money. Or give me a 6-year, and I'll give you a really good deal. There's a lot of young talent.
And the great thing about this is we faced the adversity early in the season, right? We've dealt with a lot early on. Yeah. Now we can just focus on playing good football and getting healthy and getting into a groove and going into the playoffs like on a crescendo where we're at our peak, as opposed to us limping into the playoffs. So we just got to continue to stay healthy, stay focused, and we'll be straight, man. We'll be straight.
Yeah, and kudos to Josh Boyer, because the last I was on this case the last couple
backups playing.
You ain't the only one.
And he stepped up. With this game, Josh Boyce, he stepped up.
I was kind of out there a little bit on an island trying to tell everybody to have cooler heads about Boyer. We got to remember what he's dealing with, And, and also remember what we've seen. You know, there's a reason why the Dolphins didn't run up the score on the Bears. There's a reason why they didn't run up the score on the Lions. Lions have had a great passing attack and been quite a good offense. And that team still had guys in the secondary figuring things out, communication problems, all that stuff. I don't think Kohu didn't play that game if memory serves me. So again, still working with figuring things out. Then against Justin Fields, who, if they had a real football team, would probably get a lot more talk about MVP. If they were winning football games the way he was playing and they had a defense, and
lights out.
He as far as him running the ball, that's some serious football that boy's doing.
I'm so glad we played him this year and not next year.
I'm saying, Robert, I don't want to see that kid in a couple years, next year with the defense coupled. That's going to be hard to stop. Now, I
want a linebacker to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I wouldn't want my franchise built on a guy that has to be that way, because I think there's a short shelf life for it. I will say this, though, for the Bears, with that town and that wind and their atmosphere,
good fit.
That's a damn good fit, bro. That's a good fit, bro. Because there are going to be games where you ain't going to be able to throw the ball. But guess what? That son of a bitch Muppet man, he looks like a Muppet, bro. He going to run you all over your asses out there. He definitely looks like a frog.
That's why I got to give Josh Boyer a little bit of credit, because I mean, I felt like the game plan this game was just way better than anything we've seen, earlier in the season. I think he just did a really good job of preparing his guys for what he was going to see.
He's maturing as a coach, as you guys mentioned.
Yeah, and I felt like last week versus Fields, like guys were out of position, they weren't containing, and this week he just figures it out. Like, hey, we're gonna lock down this run and make Jacoby beat us.
Except for what to do on a 4th and 1, bro.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Or when we kick a field goal.
Small knock, bro. Yeah.
We got to work on that kicking game.
The kicking game, man. Jason Sanders is a head case right now, isn't he?
That's not the only issue I have with their special teams.
Yeah, I don't like the returns too, man. I mean, there's some tightening up. Danny Crossman's on my shit list right now, bro. He really is. Yeah. He's on my shit list.
I agree.
Hey, keep in mind, as Josh Boyer's concerned, we kept our entire defense intact, expecting them to take a leap because it was their 3rd year playing in the same system. Now, and then all of a sudden we got all these new guys coming in who don't know the system. You got to give them a little bit of credit. Keeping them still together with all these new guys playing.
And another thing too, Ron, I gotta say, and it was something I said months and months ago that I wondered about Josh Boyer. Like, okay, Alexander, Flo, we know how integral their fingerprints were all over this football team and how they had their defense running. But this is now Josh Boyer's baby. How is Josh Boyer going to be a carbon copy of it, or is he going to start implementing a type of... Yes, Robert, he is. He's his fingerprint on what he deems more for this and that. I really think we're going to be more of a base defense. We're going to see in the future, probably not this year because we don't have the linebackers, but I really think we're going to see a little bit more 4-3 around here, some gap scheme like that, and also think of how Kansas City's defense is. You know what I'm saying? How they use their defense in that way, especially now because we have. But think of where they've always come up clutch with the playmaking ability and the guys up front. I'm talking about the type of defense that we're running. That zero blitz, not that it's going to go away, but that we're not going to need to lean on that to have turnovers. If we got pass rushers, we're gonna have more gap scheme kind of guys. We're gonna play a little bit more.
Also,
that's why you bring Chubb, so you don't have to focus on that. And that's what I'm sure Mike McDaniels is thinking. He's probably thinking like, man, I don't want to rely on these, this shutdown corner mentality because if those guys are banged up, then my ass is screwed, right? So I gotta get somebody up front who's gonna affect the game at the beginning.
But that's why we got to start utilizing Cameron Good and Chandler Tindall. Because you got those two rookies out there that we brought into our team. They're rookies, But if you look at the film, these guys were
bro. How fast is Cameron Good? Cameron Good, I remember him, and that kid is a freak. How fast he is! You guys remember him in the preseason when he was running guys down?
And
That guy's fast.
And if you utilize Shannon Tindall, you got another one.
Yeah, Channing Tindall closing speed. You saw him in a short play. He's getting side to side. Again, future is bright. Robert, what were you going to say?
So I was going to say, agree with you. I didn't mean to cut you off. That's why I stopped in the middle of it. He's already had to change his philosophy due to the injuries and everything. So he owns the defense. It's not Flores' defense anymore. I agree.
It really isn't, bro.
You realize you can't rely on, like CB said, you can't rely on your two shutdown corners because if one of them gets hurt, you can't change your whole defense based on that. You gotta be more fluid and have other options.
Well, Ron, to your point, most teams don't have even one lockdown corner, much less an embarrassment of having two like that. Now, granted, we loved it and great, and that would be awesome if both were healthy and on the field all the time. But we can't live and die by that. And also, Mike McDaniel, listen, there's only so much cap space, so much money, and the way in which you structure a team. It's obvious. It's obvious.
Up front.
But the good thing about it.
Go ahead, Mr. Paul. Go ahead.
No, the good thing about this is we do have Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain. And
yes,
I feel that with those two guys, even if you bring somebody who's average, they may be able to train these guys up because it's a guy that's hurt right now. Trey Williams. And he looked like he was balling before he got hurt. So with those two, with Surtain and Madison, I think we can bring somebody in that's average and coach them up to be
Mr. Polk. And you're spot on, Mr. Polk. And when you look at guys like Justin Bethel out there making plays, you're like, damn, who is this kid, man?
Exactly.
And he played well and really like playing the ball, getting their head around, not getting pass interference calls. So you got to appreciate what they're doing in the secondary right now.
Can we attribute the success we've been seeing on Kader Kohu to this because he was brought off the streets?
It's a good question,
defensive rookie of the year, man.
It's a good question,
love, man.
Well, it's a great question because we're talking about Kader Kohu, who small school kid. Obviously, these guys were high as up on him. I want to say he was the first guy they reached out to in there, and if memory serves me correct, he and somebody else was tied for the most guaranteed money that the Dolphins gave undrafted free agent rookies.
The offensive lineman.
That offensive lineman went to the Bears.
Thank you guys. And they obviously recognize something. And yeah, I wonder, Jan, if it's this coaching that he's taking. He's probably super coachable, apparently. But man, the things we're seeing an undrafted free agent rookie do on the outside alone on an island, playing in tight coverage like that, veteran wide receivers who are 2, 3, 4 years in the NFL start learning the tricks of the trade on how to get flags, how to force their bodies and hands through the DBs to get those flags or get at the football. And this kid is lights out. Like, whoa.
Honestly, he's having the best. Honestly, can we find a player who's had a better rookie year than Kader Kohu on the Miami Dolphins team?
That's a good question.
Can we find?
Yeah, you know what? Ron's right. Nick Needham had a great impact as well. But remember, Ron, Nick Needham played in the slot, and granted, slot he got a lot of the dirty work, but he had 2 lockdown corners on the field with him at the same time. Kader Kohu's left on an island. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like. The story's still being written as we're seeing. We start seeing him find the football. Imagine he starts finding that football and starts snagging.
Just imagine if we get into the playoffs and he starts making big plays, these dudes are gonna get so much pub if we're playing big games. You know, late in the season, it's gonna be crazy.
How about if Verone McKinley takes a step? You got 3 guys in the secondary that they found.
We've done relatively well. Again,
with X being banged up and Byron being out, I mean, who would have thought?
This is why I like.
I know.
Brandon
Pretty
Jones
much.
hurts them a lot too.
Pretty much did pretty good with the
Brandon Jones,
Elijah Campbell, and all of them stepped up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Elijah Campbell.
That's right.
Yeah,
stepped up big
Oh
true
my
that, bro.
goodness.
True that, man.
So again, I when Chris Greer, and man, there was so many people calling for his head.
Yeah.
I didn't forget about first of all, what Chris Greer's job title is. It isn't about getting players to play football. It's about finding talent, managing cap, making draft picks, trades, and honestly, his 31 job out of the 32 with this owner is probably one of the hardest. You know what I'm saying? Because of what he has to deal with and manage and damage control. So all those things being into consideration, he has again and again and again in these past few years found diamonds in the rough, either poaching them off practice squads or finding UDFAs to present to his team that are impact football players. And a lot of them have come on defense. Well, I think we all can agree. I wish he found more as far as on the O-line, but again, that's what Robert Jones out there, UDFA,
Brandon
Brandon Shell, someone he sniped out there.
Yeah.
These are key types of acquisitions that Chris Greer and his guys are constantly in that Rolodex.
And Connor, who's the second or third center in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Look what
Connor, he's gonna be something. He's gonna be something.
We haven't talked about.
And now,
go ahead, Ron.
I'm sorry. We were in cap hell 2 years ago. He fixed all that. He doesn't sign these guys to bad contracts. We can get out of just about all these contracts if we need to after a year or two. So not only does he building for now, but he's also building for the future, and that's what I like.
Exactly.
Ron, 1,000,000%. And remember, and I just talked about this window that they're striking into right now. We have all the financial flexibility to secure and do that, but also things go right this year and next year. He has laid out the blueprint financially and through picks and all that to keep these guys around here. You can borrow into the future. It's how you look at a team that got $160 million in the cap. Well, you go on a run, and this is your 5-6 year win. I don't give a damn about what happens 5 years ago. Give me this 5 years. That's the windows. We know that, guys. You'd be lucky to find yourself in a 5-year window. So he's prepared financially to do this type of business to this young football team. Remember how young this team is, guys. This team is ridiculously young.
We gotta give Applebaum some credit too, man. He's got the O-line playing super.
You're right, and I was hard on him.
They're clicking right now.
And Wes Welker.
Takes a little time.
Welker.
Here we go now. And as they get better throughout the season, when we go up to these cold weather games, we can rely on a running game because our offensive.
Just imagine if we're in Buffalo and we can run the ball like we did.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, bro! We start pounding that inside outside zone runs. These boys be breaking. Cooking.
Because they're too slow, guys. That's what I want you guys to understand. Like other NFL teams are just too slow to keep up with us. And
what were you gonna say, Ryan?
That's what you're starting to see.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, I was gonna say real quick about that Buffalo game. Apparently, there was some rumored reports that the NFL might be putting that Buffalo and Miami game on Sunday Night Football and taking out that Patriots Raiders game because they think the Raiders aren't going to be good for ratings. So that might be a Sunday nighter now. And that
Raiders done rated the ratings. Listen, they should flex that out if they got any sense. They should be having it on NBC.
That's gonna be the game of the year, yo. Especially if it's snow game too. That shit would be bananas.
Right,
you know what, too? Especially if Tua, because you know what happens if it's a blizzard snow type of game, just bad inclement. The narratives of what Tua can or can't do with arm strength as far as throwing. If he comes out there and dices them up in that weather, that might be his MVP ticket. He might stamp his motherfucking ticket, bro. He might stamp his fucking ticket, bro.
Honestly, if he's playing the way he's playing, Chris, how can you? And he goes in there and carves up Buffalo and then wins out. How can you not give him the MVP?
So politics, number one. You know how this is a political game. Remember, it's 50 writers and pundits that vote on this. How many of those 50 have their foot in their mouth because of where they believe? That's number one.
This
number
is how you get your foot out of your mouth, though. This is how you get it out of your mouth by making the right vote. Yeah.
But it's anonymous, so it's not like, hey, I voted for two. They could all lie and say they all did. It's not like you know who votes for what. So that's number that goes in that.
Number two.
Well, that's still number one. That's number one, part B. That's number one, part B. So that being
Let's
said,
go to number one, part C then.
him missing the 3 games could also make him and break him, because the stats could look in a way where, like, damn, if he had those 3 games, he would definitely be there. But also, he could be beyond those stats, and everyone goes, imagine if he had those 3 games. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's over 4,200 yards passing and like 34 touchdowns,
what's
and
he
still
at right now?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Anyone know where he's at?
I don't know.
Yards?
Like,
2,600,
yeah.
26.
If he's flirting in the mid 4s and then the mid 30s with touchdowns and staying, beneath 10 on interceptions in all that, then yeah, it's gonna be hard to deny him that. But again, this is why.
So right now,
what is it?
You want the stats right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So right now he has 2,200 yards, 2,265. He has 18 touchdowns, 3 INTs, and his average quarterback rating is 118.
So it's not unfathomable, especially.
The
But remember,
hard.
we are gonna get some inclement weather games. There's gonna be some 220-yard game in one of those things. You know what I'm saying? But then again, he might put up 4 tutties in there, or you don't know.
It may be a game where he does that.
Yeah. So
the other thing, those 3 games he missed could help him because we didn't win any of those games. And
no, see, that's not how it does. In
it was the most valuable player. It should be the most valuable player.
You would think. You would think. And you're right, but that's where the political bullshit comes in. You know what they'll say? They'll go, do it again next year, and then we'll see him. Now, there is something to be said. His passer rating, which right now is 118, the last 3 quarterbacks to end the year with a 115 or higher passer rating, all 3 won MVP. So that's a stat we will carry to the end. If it's 115 or higher and he doesn't get the MVP, all hell gonna break loose, because that's bullshit. You can't have the stats that are set by the bar by other MVPs go on a young man who missed 3 games, post the numbers I'm talking about, and miss it. The only the caveat to me is that they'll hold Tyreek Hill against him. They'll hold those games against him. They'll hold the fact that they all had preconceived notions against him and were proven wrong.
Here's the thing, though. Here's his key. Touchdowns. Tyreek's only got 3. 2 is on pace for 35 or something. And if he wouldn't have missed those 3 games, could have easily had over 40. And so Tyreek's only got 3 of those.
I think Tyreek has 4, but
4.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
I mean,
he had one last week.
I mean, it's taken him half the year to get him.
Yeah.
He's got all the yards, but when it comes down to it, you know what I mean?
I think Tyreek will probably end with at least over 10 touchdowns, at least.
So now we've opened the door on the other conversation, because to me, the dark horse that should win if these things happen should be Tyreek. And now it's no shade on Tua, but it's just fitting all those narratives that I know they're going to use against him anyhow. Yeah. Tyreek Hill ends with, say, 12 to 15.
Breaking the record. Yeah.
And he's over 2,000 yards.
Yeah, I think
and we see him. Yeah, and we see him have those 2 games I was talking about he has every year where he just takes a game over. Look, we can find ourselves in a dogfight. Okay, where Tua is still being Tua. He's not throwing interceptions, or even did, some, tackle, ball pops up, interception, maybe fumbles one. It's just a drag-out dogfight of a game. But at some point in that football game, Tyreek just goes off and ices that game, either early or later, and does that against a formidable opponent. and then, again does the same type of action, just him showing out MVP style again, then I think Tyreek with those numbers and stuff. Again, these are all amazing narratives and paradigms we get to observe to come to fruition.
You're 100%
guys, but this is what you got to understand, guys. But I'm looking at the MVPs right now in the last 20 years, guys. 20 years. There has never been a wide receiver MVP ever.
That's right. That's why I'm saying.
You can go further.
Ever
been one.
Ever in the history of the NFL.
It may have been a running back MVP.
That's why. That's also
not one wide receiver ever, guys.
I know there was a kicker.
Tyreek's got to break 2K.
I know there was, Ryan. That's what's fucking crazy. There was a kicker in
there. There was a kicker in 80,
one of them was a 82. Running back and a kicker.
So think about it like this, though. Because of all those narratives, and he has a earth-shattering on pace or definitely over 2,000 yards, and politically, the body of work of Tyreek Hill. The narrative for most valuable player, for them to win, the beat writers, Tua's stats are padded because the MVP is on there.
Okay.
Remind you, these narratives, the politics, I'm telling you, if you guys were going to place a bet right now on who wins, get that Tyreek Hill MVP.
Yeah, especially.
A receiver has never won the award.
That's again,
never.
That's
which will be a great thing for the Dolphins.
Votes.
They've gotten votes before.
But CB, don't you understand how that helps those Tua haters or whatever, the people that are going to say they go,
it's going to help either way.
He had
either way if he wins.
Tyreek Hill had an MVP season. That's the only reason Tua got that. It writes itself, bro.
I love
writes itself.
Tyreek Hill has been. I really do.
I'm just so happy to finally have received our franchise quarterback. That's the only thing I care about, man.
Agreed.
Tyreek Hill can go ahead and win MVP. I'm happy with finding our guy, bro. Finally.
Shit, get us a Super Bowl. Fuck the MVPs. Give me to the Super Bowl.
Give me Tyreek Hill get that MVP of the year. Tyreek Hill get that MVP of the year. Tua gonna get the MVP of the Super Bowl. Yeah, there you go. They'll share them together. Yeah, there you go.
I agree.
Right.
I'll take the vice versa. I'll take the vice versa
that would
on
be
that.
Perfect.
Let Tua win that Super MVP of the year, and then have Tyreek Hill take a football game over in the Super Bowl to straight just murk whoever's in there. Let him win MVP. I don't give a damn. Give me all the MVPs, DOPs, offensive player, all that. Give me it all. Give it here.
I'd happily take Philly in the Super Bowl after what I saw tonight because they look bad.
Bro, I knew Philly was not for real.
Fool's gold, man.
Pouring out the champagne.
I think they can still make a run out of it. The NFC's weak.
Y'all see what Larry Zonka tweeted though after the Eagles lost? He was popping champagne.
Perfect.
I fucking love Larry Zonka. What a legend.
Yeah, I love Zonks.
Hey guys, I'm gonna
what's up,
ride
Mr.
out,
Paul? All right, see you later, Jan.
Yeah, just wanted to hop on and show some love, bro. Fins
Thanks
up,
for
guys.
coming in, brother.
Keep
Fins
this
up, brother.
Goodbye. Peace.
Later, bro. What were you gonna say, Mr. Paul?
Yesterday after the game, they had.
I can barely hear you, Mr.
Yeah,
Paul.
Mr. Paul. Speak in the mic a little bit. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I got you. Hold on. I turned to turn it up. Yeah.
Bro, the Bills.
Try it. Sounds like you're getting further away.
Oh yeah. Hold on a second. Can you hear me
Where'd
now?
Mr. Kinda. Everybody quiet. Go ahead, Mr. Paul.
So what I was saying is after the game yesterday, they did a conference and Tua spoke, and somebody was questioning him about the MVP. Tua was saying that, hey, I'm going to play MVP, but I'm not worried about getting the MVP.
Humble kid.
Mr. Well, I mean, listen, everybody want to be MVP, but I think you don't get MVP by trying to be an MVP. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't like. He's again. That's for us to talk about. That's for us to push on narratives. That's for us to be there to talk about that. I need him doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He got his plate full. Kids out there feeling himself, dancing, freaking. I mean, that's an energy.
He's
you want
enjoying himself, bro.
I'm so happy.
And that's I think this is the first time we've seen him actually like cut it loose, bro. Go out there, play,
let
do
his
your
hair
thing.
down and shit.
Bro, let your nuts hang, bro. Just go rock out, bro.
Get yourselves.
Hey, so I got a question. And maybe it's just me. You know, we always expect teams that are supposed to beat teams. They end up losing. You know, they call trap games.
Mm-hmm.
This Houston game, man, we're coming off our bye. Could they be looking ahead?
No.
Could they be looking
I
ahead?
don't think it's a trap game.
They got this West Coast trip, coming up right after it. We're coming off our bye. We're riding high.
And
I
we
don't think McDaniels is going to
I hope not.
happen.
Maybe,
So Ron, I gotta
Houston.
Yeah, I gotta say, bro, the way Miami didn't play down to competition in this home win against the Browns, I'm sorry, that ain't this football team. I know what you're talking about, and I'm not saying that they couldn't find themselves in a closer football game than they'd like to have with a team like the Texans, but it certainly ain't gonna be something where now. Look, shit could go wrong any Sunday. Everybody knows that. But this Dolphins team ain't beating themselves. They're playing for each other. They're doing it. There could be some, hangover, party too much over the week, rust maybe. But I don't think it amounts to a loss. This team is far and away too talented. I think if anything, we see Skylar Thompson finish out the fourth again, bro. What about that? What about that?
I think it could get.
Believe me, I hope. I'm thinking the same thing.
Right.
Just a little bit in the back of my mind, I was just thinking, they got this West Coast trip right after this. When they got to play the Niners, the Chargers, and then the Bills. We're coming off a bye.
I think they understand. I think they understand the sense of urgency, being in first place right now. Yep. And looking at that right now.
Good point.
Being in first place, you say, hey, you write your own destiny. All you got to do is win out. And you're in. You got home field advantage. You got all of that shit. All you got to do is just go out and take it one game at a time.
Well, remember, CB, they have this bye week. We could be going into the Texas game not in first place just because of how scheduling works out.
I think if the Jets beat the Patriots, we drop the second.
Patriots.
Yeah.
So it ain't no time to kick your feet up. It's time to continue to prove people wrong. I think you're right. I think you're right about that.
It's a sense of urgency, and it's like, hey, I mean, right now we write our own ticket. I mean, you play out, you win out, you're in there, you're in the dance. You got an opportunity to play at home. I mean, shit, if we win out, we're 13-3. Who's gonna have a better record than in the AFC? 14-3.
Who's gonna have a better team that could by numbers is Kansas City, and they'd have to win out too.
What's their record right now?
Right. And
right now they're 7-2. They're
7-2.
7-2.
Yeah.
They've already had their bye. So
and I see them losing to either Vegas or Denver at some point. They got to lose to one of those division games.
I don't know. Those are pretty good.
Well, CB makes it. Listen, CB makes a great point. You do
lose a division game.
Division opponents look no further than what the Browns just did to the Bengals. Look no further than what the fucking Eagles just had happen to them by the Washington Commanders.
What happens.
I think the best chance is next Sunday night. It's Chiefs at Chargers. I think that could be one where they might drop it.
That's
they are.
That's a division game. It can happen. I'm telling you.
That there could be a Raiders win, and that's the moral victory that keeps that franchise and locker room from falling apart.
Exactly.
We know how that works.
They've already fallen apart. Stop it.
I know, but he's saying like
that could be a game
for the Raiders. They
Raiders really bounce back off.
Yeah, but
and that's
crypto. We're talking about playing spoiler. We're talking about
at some point pride takes over.
Or just
they're
desire.
Grown men going out to play football. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna lay down to a divisional opponent. Their fan base. They're gonna. That's just how people are. Listen, bro. We've been that football team, crypto. You know this. We're like, fuck this. We might lose every game, but I'll be damned if we're not losing these Patriots. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. These Patriots sons of bitches are keeping these bitches in check. Don't fuck out of here.
Remember the 2019
home field advantage. They're not getting home field advantage. We're not giving them that opportunity. We've been there before.
We're gonna
so
wreck
don't
their
act like we
season,
haven't been there.
and that's what the Raiders are gonna think. They're like, hey, I don't care to help the Dolphins. I just want to hurt the Chiefs.
Well,
and
and
us
another
beating
thing,
them,
too, is that if
the
they're
Dolphins
in the-
get the number 1 seed, beautimus.
And they're also playing to validate all their excuses. So, in other words, if they beat a big team like that, they're like, see, we can do it. We just had all these mitigating circumstances. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And the coaches are thinking the same way, man. The coaches are trying.
They've been fairly healthy. They haven't. They don't have no excuses.
They don't care. You think they give a shit? Dude?
No, I would love to play Kansas City in the AFC Championship. I would love no more than that to see us get after it.
I'd love
Kansas
no more
City.
than
Tyreek versus old team, Mahomes versus Tua.
Yep.
So
that shit would be epic.
So real quick, speaking of the Raiders, guys, I know it's a little off. Mark Davis firing their coach, Josh McDaniels. They've lost 6 one-score football games.
He fired
he's
him?
fired. Yeah, didn't he fire Josh McDaniels?
No, he didn't fire him.
Oh,
No.
I thought they
Not yet.
fired Josh McDaniels.
I wish.
No, that was the coach.
No, that was the coach.
Oh, I'm
fired
sorry.
their coach.
I'm
And
sorry.
He won his first game right after
There's
they fired him.
rumbling about them firing Josh McDaniels. Excuse me.
yeah,
There's rumbling
Yeah, but
about him
he's
firing Josh
disgusting.
McDaniels. Mark Davis, as you guys know, fly by the seat of his pants. This type of guy. Do you think that he pulls the rug out from? I mean, look, their season's toast right now.
No.
They brought in all this
He's gonna
money.
wait to the end of the season.
No, they're not going to fire him. If you saw Mark Davis today, he says, "I like Josh McDaniels. I believe in something like that." There was a quote that came.
Bro, that is the kiss of fucking death if I ever seen it, bro.
Yeah,
that
he
bitch gonna lose his
Gotta
fucking
say
job.
that shit.
That's a kiss of fucking death, bro. I don't give
But
a
that's
but
the
see,
thing, though.
here's
With
the
the
thing.
They
NFL,
should have
there's
tried
not a
the
lot
guy
of
that was in
coaches
the
out there.
interim guy that took over from last year and led them
Bro,
to the
they
playoffs.
paid
should've just
Carr
kept him.
some money. They paid Carr some money, dude. They're the second worst football team in the league right now. They were freaking right there. People are like, oh, the Raiders are gonna take the Chiefs. This is gonna be the best division in football. They have literally them and Russell Wilson have shit that whole friggin' AFC West to the bottom of the barrel.
Too.
The Chargers too, but I still
As
feel
far
like
as
the
the trap
Chargers are
game
gonna
goes-
kind of figure something out. At least they got some. Like the damn Russell Wilson led friggin' Broncos look like a shit show. Chargers are looking bad, but I don't know why. I just feel like
They're
that
5 and
team.
4. I mean, they're 5.
Yeah,
and 4.
they're not 3 wins, or 2 wins.
About
trash
I kept trying to tell you guys at the beginning of the season, the Chiefs are the cream of the crop in that division to proven otherwise.
on the question about
don't give a shit how much movement going on.
the Raiders
Big
beat
Red
the
is still there,
Texans
Mahomes is still
38-20.
there. They're still the cream of the crop in that division.
The Raiders beat the Texans 38-20. The Texans are not a trap.
Yeah,
And
truth
don't
be
forget-
told.
and-
Color
and don't
makes a
forget-
great point.
And don't forget, if Josh McDaniels lose his job, you know what he going back to New England.
Back to New England, like he always does.
You know, I look at
He needs
the
to go back to
Texans.
the head coach.
They're in obvious tank mode. They're looking for their next quarterback and yada yada yada. I don't, that doofus weirdo quarterback they got in there. What's his name? It's
Davis
escaping me
Mills?
right. Mills
House.
Yeah, I personally, guy's got talent.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what
not
I'm
bad.
saying?
He's not a
He's
bad
got
quarterback.
talent. He's not a bad quarterback.
They just don't got shit around him. Like he's like
If you
it's like
look
Tua
at-
situation
if you look at
last
Davis
year.
Mills this
They
year,
constantly keep trading away their best running backs.
Thank you. Ryan makes a great point. Better than freaking Mac Jones for sure. So he's
They got that rookie running back doing it. It's unbelievable.
Are they a wise enough run franchise to take that number 1 overall pick and trade it for a future rather than getting a quarterback and trying to take this
Build
shitty
around
football
him?
team and give it some
Yeah.
kid and have him try to throw it on his shoulder? I mean, that shit
They
don't
got
work.
the
They might-
Patriots guy as their GM. He might trade it.
That's what I'm thinking.
They-
A lot of interesting narratives.
They may go after the backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. That guy that was backing up
Cooper
Prescott.
Rush.
Oh yeah, Cooper Rush.
No fucking
Cooper Rush
way.
is,
That Rush
he's gonna
guy's
be
a
on
dork.
somebody's team. He's
That
gonna
guy's
be
a
on
dork.
somebody's team.
All it is a new
Hey.
Matt Flynn, bro. That's all that guy is.
What if they
New
offered
Matt
us?
Flynn, bro?
What if they offered
Isn't he
us
a-
second or
overpaying
third
him.
for Skylar Thompson? Would you do it?
No. See, to me, Skylar Thompson in this
Ooh.
system, Skylar Thompson
Ooh.
in
Oh,
this
what'd you
system
get
is more
offered?
valuable to Tua. A second, you said?
A second or a third?
If it's a
I
second,
think-
maybe I'll be
I think a
listening. If it's a
second.
third, I don't think so. Yeah,
Yeah, not a third. Yeah, he's got
I'm
to give
not
us
taking
a
a third.
second.
A second. I mean,
A
I like
minimum,
Skylar,
2
but
seconds.
like
I
second
like him too, but if
second
we're
round
on
pick's pretty
agreement, we
nice.
have our franchise QB and we're short on picks, and we still need to shore up some stuff. Give me a second and a third.
I would love to go with that route, but knowing Tua's injury history, I mean, I can't.
Right,
Do that.
you're gonna
Yeah.
need that.
That's what I'm talking about.
No,
You
but
need the insurance policy.
see, you get a second. You get a second or a third. If you get a second, you could go draft another quarterback next year.
Oh no, yeah, like for a second or a third, but I don't think Houston.
Yeah,
can offer that. We've already fleeced Houston once. I don't know if they're in the business of doing it again.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't think you turned down the offer
Right.
to trade a seventh for a second. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean the value
That's a
growth on that. I guess.
Yeah.
Listen, I would say if they did trade him for a second or a third,
Mm-hmm.
I feel confident in this coaching staff, and even more importantly, in Chris Greer, in them finding another guy for them to find value. And you know what? Awesome way to make some extra coin as far as talking about trade value goes. Picking up late round QBs, putting them in your system, having them show out. We've watched the Patriots get rich off that shit for years.
Matt
doing that
Castle,
Here's the other piece of that.
Matt Castle, and Jimmy
If we go
Garoppolo.
and
Jacoby
blow out-
Brissett. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, he did enough for them.
I
to
think they
sell
gave
him
up.
to
Didn't
Colts, you know
didn't
what
the
I mean?
Colts give up like 3/3
Yeah, for
or
the
something
Colts,
like
yeah.
that? They gave up like 3 third round picks for Jacoby Brissett, something ridiculous like that.
Hey, they went
Oh,
everywhere
wait.
else and really didn't do shit. But the only one that really Jimmy G was decent.
If we blow out Houston's and Skylar ends up playing more than like 5 minutes in the fourth, then that just goes to add it. And yeah, the phenomenal preseason. He didn't look bad in the one quarter he played earlier in the Jets game. They
Definitely
were already
the
calling
sheet.
and ask him about him.
Yeah, the team you
I
want to
bet
showcase the sale to, you let him toast their asses up in the fourth. They're like, yeah, we up 28-3 in the fourth quarter, and we let Skylar go out there. He goes out and puts up another 17 points on their asses all by his lonesome in that quarter with some backup dudes while they're still out there, their starters. Yeah, of course he's more. This offense is capable, and he's got a gun. Maybe you do get them looking, going, hey, what's up with your Skylar guy? You know what I'm saying? They could bring in a rookie, have Davis Mills, and trade us for Skylar. Second round pick. Hello.
And not only
Hey,
that,
there's
he would
so many
also
teams out
get
there looking for
the Colts
quarterbacks.
looking. You
Yes.
would get
There's so many teams
the
looking
Falcons
for
looking.
quarterbacks.
You would get the Panthers.
The Panthers, yep.
Mm-hmm.
That whole division needs a quarterback.
No, even the Saints.
That team.
The whole
And the
division
Bucks.
needs a quarterback.
And the
Bucks
Bucks,
don't
who
need one
knows?
And the
too.
Lions. The Lions would be looking.
Ooh, I don't know. I think the Lions are going to
got
stay.
no.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Lions to me. The
They're gonna
Lions
draft
to
Bryce
me.
Young, probably.
Yeah,
They're
I think
just waiting
the
for that
Lions are
rookie
going to
wide
find
receiver they
themselves.
drafted to get
They're
healthy.
gonna.
They're gonna be fine.
I don't know
Man,
if they're
y'all
going to
skip-
draft Bryce Young. I think they're going to draft. They're going to draft like a top running back.
They're-
I think they're going to take the top running back in the draft, and I think they need to shore up that defense. And they
Atlanta.
need to get. They need to go ahead and play Lions football because I'm sorry, golf
No, the
ain't that
Lions
great.
will take Will
But he's
Anderson.
not the worst to build from the ground up like they're trying to do. And their offense is executing decent enough. I know they already got Swift and who else they got up there? They got another guy over there. Anyhow,
Ross St. Brown is a pretty good receiver.
yeah. They probably not a running back.
And
guy.
a
I think
true
they're about
star
Swift.
receiver sat on the bench all year. He got injured.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, do you
Atlanta?
see the McGoat? Do you see the McGoat comment?
Atlanta would be another team.
Yeah, I was
OBJ
just
seen
about to
hanging
ask
out with Melvin Ingram.
if there's
Uh-oh.
confirmation on that.
Rich get richer. Hey, listen, I'll tell you what. OBJ joined this team real quick. That's it. We stamping our way.
He did it to the Rams,
Season
yo.
off, bro. You know what I mean?
he did it with the Rams, bro.
Hey, give me some ring chasers around this mug.
Come get you one. Come
Bro,
get you one.
Give me some ring chasers in this mug.
OBJ got one ring. How about two?
Him?
Bro, he could come play for free. He'll give.
Not my problem, bro. Not my problem. Not my job. I don't give a damn.
We pay him under the
fans would be pissed.
Bro, we got
Bills fans are already pissed, bro. Their quarterback is costing them football games and late in games, dude. And you know what? What's fucking hilarious to me? Because I've been listening to these Bills fans in Spaces. What is Allen doing? I get it. Allen's doing some shit, but I also seen him.
He's trying to do everything.
He's doing everything, CB. He's straight up doing it all. Color and I have been saying
What
this
is he
shit.
not doing?
That's
bro?
what
happened. That's him right there.
Bro, that's what happens when you force it. And when you
that's what happened when you lean top heavy, bro.
Exactly.
You lean top
when
heavy.
You top heavy like that, guys are. Hey,
you tip over.
You rely
tip
so
over.
heavily on that guy that when he has a bad game, you're shit, and you go to shit, and that's what's happening.
And that is why, in that Browns game, seeing our run game finally
Oh
explode
my
on the
God.
scene made me so freaking happy.
That's
Because
a
I
beautiful
know
thing.
if our run game could stay this consistent, and Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert, Thunder and Lightning can keep it going, oh my God.
And where in the world did Jeff Wilson come from, man? Because till he hit the Dolphins, I never heard of the man.
Bro, he was that same dude in San Fran, bro.
He was. He had that injury, bro.
He had some injuries.
Bro, He was really that dude in San Fran. Like
He was expendable. They got Christian McCaffrey. That's why.
That's it. That's it.
Yes.
Believe
That
me.
man.
I would
man
much
runs
give
like
me
he got
Jeff
COVID.
Wilson and the dollars we're paying him versus McCaffrey. I love McCaffrey. Let's be real. Guy is amazing. I did not want that sign up, that contract in those years because Christian McCaffrey's just been
not
too
for a
injured.
running back.
Not with his injury.
Give me the hungry Jeff Wilson who wants a contract.
Running for the
Who wants
money right now.
Running for the money, bro.
Running
Give me
for the
that,
money.
boy. And I
No.
listen, keep that boy if he makes it. But look, we ain't paying $60 million for running backs. Dolphins ain't never give him 12 mil, 2 years, 6.5 guaranteed. You welcome.
He gonna be
Welcome to the
happy.
Dolphins.
He gonna
Hell
be
yeah.
happy.
He's in Miami. Ain't no state tax, bro. What you mean? You get to keep all
And
of
we're
that.
winning
bro.
games.
And it won
That's 6 million go far in Florida. That shit don't go far in San
Especially
Fran
that,
at all,
especially
bro.
that Stephen Ross kickback special, dog. You got the payment
Bro.
plan coming at you, bro.
Hey, in San Fran, he can afford a 2-1 on that shit. He can afford a 2-1.
You can get some property, come with a little boat in the back, you know, little tax write-off action, jet skis.
Why you
Got
think
that
Kyrie
extra.
picked us over the Jets?
Bring the
That's all I'm
strippers
saying.
in, all that
Come
good
on,
shit,
bro. Come on,
And-
bro. Give
and
me some of that.
And Jeff Wilson run like he got a chip on his shoulder, man. For real.
Jeff
That
Wilson
brother
got a
runs
chip
like-
on his shoulder. He's wanting to see
He's
them
got a chip
zeros
on
in
his
that
shoulder.
bank account. That's the chip. Jeff Wilson looked like a man who got bills to pay. Is what he looked like. He running like a man that got a child support payment or two or something. He's out there trying to get himself, son. I appreciate the way he's running out there.
He about to run us right into the playoffs. Don't worry.
Hell
There you
yeah,
go.
boy, gonna run himself, straight to the friggin' $1 million penthouse suite. Come here directly.
Yeah, he about to run
And
to the
him
bank.
and him and Mustard are good friends too.
One-two
Oh, my
punch, bro.
goodness.
And you know what?
Oh, my
We ain't even look. We saw a little bit of Ahmed, and they keep working him in. Remember, Ahmed was a apple of Mike McDaniel 49ers eye.
That's right.
So
Sure
he
was.
has. We ain't even seen Miles Gaskin have to be used.
Or Ezukama.
In every game.
And Ezukama, I think, is redshirted. He's still young, but Gaskin will come in on a moment's notice and be a number one running back and output in this offense right now.
Gaskin go.
And I'm telling you, remember how what was his name? He ended up going to the Chiefs. He was Damian Williams. Remember how Damian Williams got hot as a motherfucker?
He was should have been Super Bowl MVP, bro.
I'm saying he got whammied on that.
Bro,
He got hosed. I ain't never seen a hose job like that. Was some bullshit. Everybody on earth knows it.
MVP, bro.
Who'd they give it to? Kelsey or something? Who'd they give it to?
I think they gave it to Mahomes.
Yeah.
So Mahomes only had like one good quarter the whole game, bro.
Yep, that was bullshit, bro. Anyhow,
he's
you know what? They're
struggling.
like, oh, Mahomes ain't gonna get back here. Da da da. It doesn't matter. You know how that works. That's politics again. But Miles Gaskin, Don't be surprised when he's in the playoffs for these Dolphins, and you're like, where's Myles Gaskin been all day? Going to come in there, fresh legs, in like a dome or something, like against an opponent, NFC or AFC opponent got a dome. I don't know who I'm thinking of, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna pop off, and we're gonna be like, oh, don't forget, Myles Gaskin used to be number 1 running back around this bitch. He gonna make bitches remember, dude. I can't wait. It's gonna be good. Again, throttling teams. You're gonna come out to go against the Dolphins, and they're going to have 3 running backs, and one of them is Myles Gaskin. He gets the bulk of that bitch, and no one's prepared for it. Nobody has film all year. Don't know what it's going to look like. Don't know how you're going to have to be. It's going to be the Dolphins straight murked said opponent in the playoffs with Craycraft, Myles Gaskin, and Tanner Connor. Fuck them up. Fuck them
like, who are these dudes, man?
Who are these guys? I got no film. How could I prepare?
Can you imagine a wishbone formation with Hill and Waddle on the outside, Wilson, Mostert, and Gaskin in the backfield?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
That's scary.
This
if
offense
you ain't a Miami Dolphin.
Scratched the surface yet.
The possibilities are endless.
They're slowly getting there too. Slowly
And
getting there.
and like I said,
Because we haven't even seen like any trick plays or we've seen the Cedric Wilson try. He tried to throw the pass. But we haven't seen like any
he choked. He didn't throw the pass. He choked.
Well, you know when we did see trick
he
plays,
said throw it out of bounds.
we saw quite a bit of bottom of the barrel trick plays run with Skylar Thompson when he was put in there in that fourth quarter. Third and fourth quarter, the Dolphins offense were trying to do anything when Skylar was thrusted in there after Teddy went down. It became painfully obvious.
Yeah. Yep.
It became
That we
painfully
had to-
obvious. Yeah. Well, think about it too, and I said this in that like. Skylar Thompson, backup quarterback. If you're training him to execute plays, you're probably in a bad situation if he's in there running football anyhow. Or you dial it up to, hey, we need something. So the plays they've practiced are some trickier type plays anyhow. By the third and fourth quarter, they took Tyreek and Waddle out and had Craycraft and Cedric Wilson in as number 1 and number 2. And that's because that's who he had time with. That's plays they knew that they could call that he could execute. Again, you're right though.
I'm waiting to see like a double reverse or something with Waddle.
It's
exactly.
gonna happen when it's not gonna happen until we need it though.
Or like a weird motion where like Waddle. You guys have seen Waddle and Sherfield both get in the backfield on that split back
and do
formation.
that swing motion around the corner.
Now, remember, I want everybody up here and everybody watching to remember this because I feel like we're gonna see it. Okay, we're gonna see either Wilson, Waddle, Sherfield, one of those 3 in a split back formation to a pistol, and you'll have Sherfield on one side or Waddle on one side, and you'll have the running back, whomever it is, Wilson. Doesn't matter.
Hey, we need to change.
Coming across as they do the handoff to the receiver, coming back the other way is going to be Hill or Waddle on a reverse. It's straight gonna fuck the whole. Like he gonna come around the edge, and no one's gonna be able to catch that angle on him, and it's gonna be a house play. I can see it in my head when I saw him getting back there in that split. I was like, oh man. Because that's how great offensive play calling works. You're putting things on tape, realizing this is the tape they'll see.
Set it up.
You have to bait them with these plays, and that's how you're moving. And you know, against this opponent and coach defensively and offensively, how they're going to be. I really feel like. I can't wait for that Niners game. I'm not going to lie. That Niners game is going to be fireworks. That's going to be a fireworks
teacher
football
versus
game.
student.
That's going to be. It might be Mike McDaniel's coming out party. Really?
It could either be one or the other. It could be, hey, these guys know, kind of like what we saw out of Saleh. Saleh, defensively knowing him,
slowed him down.
Defensively
saw how to stop it. He did,
and then they practice against it every day too. So I mean.
So
Saleh knew how to slow down
Mike McDaniel, like in the Water Boy, he got that book, that green book that's rolled up with all them trick plays in it and stuff like that. He gonna have that Water Boy book out there, dialing up some things and shit like that. So
it's gonna be interesting.
there's an interesting stat. Shout out to DTA. He brought it to our attention when we were all chatting it up. The Dolphins pressured Color. Do you remember what it was? Dolphins pressured Jacoby Brissett 44% of the time. I think the defensive line got
30 when it was 30 when Jacoby was in, 44 or 48 when Skyler was in.
What was it? No, I thought it was 44 against Jacoby.
No, it's 30. Oh, against actually, sorry, wrong quarterback. Jacoby. We pressured Jacoby 41% of the time last week.
That's a pressure. That's a pressure rate.
That's four. That's 4 every 10 plays. That's great.
That's
right.
Right.
I mean, you don't get any better than that, really.
That's a pressure rate. That's a pressure rate that I can live with around here, and that I think we saw. And as you guys seen, Christian Wilkins seemed like he was just all over the place.
That guy is an animal.
But he was finally getting those one-on-one matchups.
How good was Chubb on the one-on-ones too?
That's right. Well, there you go. Again, when they picked their poison, between Christian and Chubb, the other one was having their way. They had to go and
Zach Sealer.
This D line, watch out!
This D line is coming on. It is. It is.
Coming alive.
It's making the linebackers look decent.
Next thing you know, you're going to be seeing these boys doing rolling stunt moves, straight swamping fools. Balls are going to be thrown and flown out there. Can't wait to see Josh Allen throw 4 picks against the Dolphins against Buffalo.
Speaking of
bunch
stunts,
of sack fumbles coming, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Josh Allen knows how to fumble the ball, all right.
That ain't no lie. He certainly knows how to give it to the other football team too. Apparently.
Speaking of stunts haven't been an issue for O-line in a bit.
And let's not forget Jalen.
Hey, could you imagine adding OBJ though? That would be pretty.
Hell
crazy.
yeah. Let's do
You know
it.
what? As much as I could, Sherfield and Craycraft.
They're enough. They're enough.
And don't forget that. Don't forget Braden. I think Braden something.
Braden Sanders.
Yeah,
Don't forget him.
Yep, Gesicki doing his work and stuff like
I
that.
did.
All these guys, we don't necessarily need them.
OBJ, I agree.
If I was gonna grab me an OBJ ring chaser,
that's a Super Bowl pedigree right there, though.
Sure, but if we're getting a ring chaser, go get me Richard Sherman or something like that, chasing a ring or something. You know what I'm saying? Go get me one of these DBs somewhere, you know, or a linebacker.
Pull Reavers out of retirement.
What linebacker?
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about that.
Give me one of these linebackers that are around. Go get Luke Kuechly out of retirement. What?
Patrick Willis, bro. Patrick Willis is a beast.
Bro, could you imagine they figure a way to get Luke Kuechly out of retirement? Fucking that shit would be, dude. That's like the missing piece on that defense.
Bro,
a freaking middle linebacker flying.
If you had a Luke Kuechly in the middle, like how do you play against this Dolphins defense, bro?
You couldn't play against this team. You would hope to just have to run the ball in like a wishbone freaking under center, just power run game and grind out every moment you could with possession to keep our offense off the field and hopefully win like a tight 13-6 football game. That's it. That's the only way you'd be able to win, dude.
Kick a Wildcat 2.0
and throwing Zach Thomas.
That's what Buffalo tried to do to us in their game. They kept the ball away from us, and we still played.
I know. Hey, the Bills are falling. Hey, the Bills are falling apart. Who do they got this week?
They got the Browns.
They play Chicago.
Oh shit! They might lose to the Browns, man. What are we talking about? The Browns might be like, "Oh shit, we about to beat these boys, man."
Nick Chubb, hey, look at Nick Chubb's fantasy points. Anytime Nick Chubb has a dip in his fantasy points, he pops off.
I was gonna say, and the Bills' run defense has been kind of weak sauce lately too. Dalvin Cook with that huge run last game.
Oh man, Dalvin Cook was chewing their ass up, bro. I gotta give a big shout out to Justin Jefferson. He fucked them boys
Justin
up.
Jefferson, you brought
him up, GB. Yo, how can you top the OBJ catch? You do the same catch while mossing somebody.
Taking the ball out of the dude.
Looking at it right now, stripping it out of his hands.
on the ball at the same time.
God, man.
He's a
What a
And that's
catch.
what's so crazy.
Hey, and that
Both
was
defenders his hands
what's
on the
so
ball.
crazy about that catch.
He only had
had
one
to
hand on the
make
ball.
that catch, yo.
Now what's
Yeah, that was a
what's
4th and long.
That was a
Right, that was a
that was a
clutch.
fourth
what's
down
crazy
play,
about
bro.
the game next week is the
It
Browns
was a
are fighting to
fourth down
keep their
play.
playoff hopes alive. Period.
Yeah, I think the Browns have what 2 or
Right.
3 more games
They
until
don't want to be
Deshaun Watson comes
mathematically
back.
eliminated. Right. Yeah, they trying to keep
If
the
they
mathematical
lose
Jacoby
chances
next
Brissett's going
alive.
to
week, they're
outperform
done.
So they
Josh.
got something to play for sure. The Browns
Bro,
still
the
have
Bills
something to
are
play for.
bro. The Bills are flopping all the way to the bro. They might get a wild card, bro. They
Listen,
might
this is
get a
what
wild
happens
card.
when you are so top heavy like that and you demand everything. Look, here's the thing. It's what the narrative hasn't necessarily changed. You guys know in those first couple of years with Josh Allen, when he was struggling passing, he would get all like a deer in the headlights. He would get a deer in the headlights. He would run when he didn't need to, or he would just try to fit a ball in there, and it would say all this stuff. He started calming down. Their defense started putting better up. They started using that pass game, just heaving it, and it started working.
Josh Allen.
When you see him, I know, Greg. When you see him,
his defense ain't the same.
and he's got, and those moments are moving quick. He starts getting all wide eyed again, and he looks like that guy, dude.
Big thing. Brian Dable leaving is reverting back to that crazy.
He's reverting back to that same dude he was.
Ryan.
Reverted back to the same
and look
dude
at what
he was.
Brian Dable's doing with Daniel Jones. He's making Daniel Jones look competent. Brian Dable's a quarterback whisperer.
God, bro, how about the Dolphins brass? It came down to Brian Daboll and Mike McDaniel. And now, listen, I'm happy we went. But how about them going with the top 2 guys to really consider as to take the? I'm saying like, a round of applause for these guys.
And don't forget that guy that was with either the Houston or Dallas that was supposed to be a candidate too.
Kellen Moore.
No,
Right,
that guy was
right.
never. That guy was never a consideration.
He's way too young.
It was gonna be Harbaugh.
It was offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That was a media thing. Fuck that guy. Fucking guy's a dork.
Yeah, he is.
He's a straight nerd.
He looks like
not
a
even
dork,
a cool nerd either. He's a dork. I'll take me a
Yeah.
nerd over a dork any day of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, Ty Geek, the child beater, says Dayball is a joke.
Okay,
you missing that joke.
If it wasn't for Florence's lawsuit, Harbaugh would be the coach.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
And hats off to Jerome Baker.
So that will be one thing I
Baker
actually
played good
think
this
for
game.
us for them.
Listen, I never thought Daniel Jones would look anything remotely like he did. I always thought he was just a Tannehill type of quarterback. Dayball has put in work with that kid, getting him to execute.
well.
He's got him playing good. He really does.
150 quarterback rating. Sunday.
Josh Allen is regressing.
When I look at what Dayball's doing with New York, I wonder what would have happened if he went to Green Bay, with Aaron Rodgers and that type of stuff. Because, they kind of, I don't know. It's just Green Bay also, they just beat Dallas. Dallas to me is one of the most wishy-washy football teams.
Yeah,
first of all, I can't stand Dak Prescott. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like him. Dak Prescott to me.
He was better than Dak.
Dak couldn't hold Tua's freaking shit bag. Okay, he couldn't hold his old poop bag if he had one. Because Dak Prescott is terrible, bro. I can't stand that guy. To me, Dak Prescott is a straight burglar. He's a burglar. He just plays when he needs to get paid.
He's played decent though. Let's look at how he's played to get paid,
bro.
He's played good enough to get paid.
He had one of the greatest running backs, and then turn around and Pollard is now great.
He's a system guy. He's a system guy.
Does that count for Jerry Jones? Because Jerry Jones just makes bad investments.
Dude, Jerry Jones is a moron.
They paid Zeke all that money, and he's dwindled. He's folded like a lawn chair in the past couple years, yo.
Is he hurt?
Yeah,
he stays hurt now. I mean, it's like he's out right now. He didn't play last week. I got him on my fantasy team. He's fucking costing me points.
He fucking sucks, that fucking asshole. Costing me fucking fantasy piece of shit. You know who else sucks? Fucking Tom Brady. He's washed the fuck up. That son of a bitch. You know who's been saving my fantasy team? Motherfucking Geno Smith. Geno Smith I picked up as a late. That son of a bitch is saving my season because fucking Tom Brady's
Smith
so
over
terrible.
Tom Brady. Wow.
Well, speaking of fantasy,
I have had Geno Smith.
Today and prevented being winless for the whole season.
Bro,
I
want to say it was like 3 weeks ago. I tried Tom again. I was like, this is it. Tom's gonna come back, and I'm gonna be. Hell nah. I said, fuck that motherfucker. I've had Geno riding with Geno all the time since then. I mean, wow, bro. I never thought the day would come where Geno Smith was picked over Tom Brady.
You gotta give him kudos though, because when
Brady's
he
like
was with
100
the Jets,
years old.
he didn't do well. But man, when he went out to Seattle, good grief, he did a complete turnaround.
You know what? He got his jaw broke in his locker room for fucking being an asshole. He needed a whole fucking check moment. That's something about that New York franchise team. It does something to you. We'll watch the same shit. It's already happening with their quarterback that got up there, Zach Dildoson. He straight up got that whole thing happening too. So it's only a matter of time.
Did you guys see the? Sorry,
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you see the Patriots are favored in that game?
Yep.
Against the Jets?
Yep.
Oh, because it's in Foxborough. That's probably why.
No, it's by more than 3 points.
Well, Zach Wilson sucks. I don't blame him.
Because you haven't beaten him in like 10 years. That's why.
That's also true. I was going to say this about Tom Brady earlier when we were talking about trick plays. You guys see that trick play that the Bucs tried to run in Germany? And he had Leonard Fournette throwing to Tom Brady. Tom Brady freaking ate shit and got picked.
No, I didn't even see that, bro.
That was so funny.
That's an every play. That was funny.
I didn't even see that. Look, they don't show that. They don't show that shit. Of course, they don't show that anywhere. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna show their beloved Tom Brady, decline and shit, which is fine. Whatever. Speaking of not showing stuff, did y'all see Level 2 Noob's tweet?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Good Morning Football read Level 2 Noob's tweet?
No, wait, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. On Good Morning, here I'll pull it up.
He called out Kyle Brandt, I think, right?
Yeah, he said, of course, Kyle Brandt and Good Morning Football gonna spend they talking about why the Bills suck instead of talking about the best team in football at the Miami Dolphins and this year's MVP Tua. Enjoy third place, he says. So yeah, and Kyle Brandt picked it up. I don't know how the hell Level 2 Noob, man. Hey. That son of a bitch will get some recognition on a tweet real quick. I don't know how he does it. It's amazing. That's awesome.
It's the name too. It's the name too.
I guess so. Sure. What a smack out of the park, man.
It's like Skylar Thompson is the name. Skylar. Now, who ever think of a quarterback named Skylar?
Yeah, but I mean, we've already kind of spit shined it up and churched it up a little bit. Skylar the Minigun Thompson. That's pretty damn good right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty cool fucking name if you could ride that bitch out. All right, boys.
Hey, I got to roll.
Thoughts. Yeah, go ahead, CB. Get your final thoughts in. It's about time.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me out, man. Hey, it's a beautiful thing. Dolphins are playing good football. Hey, I love the fact that I could come on here and talk to you, cordially and have good conversation because this is something we rarely do, man. So I appreciate you guys having me, man. It's always fun. Come check
before you go, CB83. I agree with you when you made the comment about Chicago being clean. It's because I was born and raised there.
That's why. All right, CB, we'll see you, my brother, guys. Well, I'll slide through CB83 over on the channel and shit. I'll slide through.
Come check me out, bro. Come check me out.
All right, homie. I'll see you later. Mr. Paul, why don't you go ahead and take us off?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm feeling good because the Jets had to make an emergency landing. The Patriots are sinking in the sea, and the Buffaloes are feeding off their chips.
Damn.
Couldn't have said it better.
I'm hungry as a mud now, Mr. Paul. Hungry as a mud now. Gonna be a nice week. All right, Mr. Paul. We'll see you later, my brother.
Hey, much love to you guys, man.
Much love, Mr. Paul.
Much love, Mr. Paul. That's a classic.
Ron.
Yeah, man. Thanks again for having me up here. Great show again tonight, El Capitan. Victory Monday, great beat in first place. I got this feeling that running game is going to get better, and it's going to carry us through those later games. And I just hope to God we get that number 1 seed, and we shut up the Colin Cowherds and all the other idiots that say Tua can't play in cold weather, because everybody's going to have to come down south for the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. Going to run through Miami.
I love it.
Oh my God, Ron. Good luck following that up. Thank you, Ron. We'll see you, my brother. God bless it. Ron, straight crushing it. Ryan, I'm sorry, but I got to throw it to you. Somebody's got to go. Go ahead.
Hey, as always, great show. Shout out Capitan, Color, all the boys for putting on this show for all Dolphins fans to come hang out and have a good time on our 4th straight Victory Monday going into the bye week. And I have a good feeling we're going to get a lot more of these the rest of the way in this season. And I couldn't be more happy. This is the best Dolphins team I have seen in my lifetime. And I'm just living in the moment, you know? I'm not worried about next season or what's going to happen, cap space and all that. I'm living for this team right now, this quarterback, this head coach, and I'm just excited to see where it goes from here, boys. Let's get it.
Thanks, Ryan. Well put, too, man. We'll see you later, brother. Ryan makes an amazing point right now. You know, a lot of us over so long have had to think of cap, had to think of, draft picks, had to think of counting wins and losses. And I'm not saying we've stamped our ticket to the Super Bowl or anything. I'm just saying, like, even obtaining a loss in these weeks to come, I don't think we're going to have this overreaction, pull our hair out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like there was a plan. It's been put in place. There was a little sidetracking going on there, trying to think if they need to, readjust the plan, but they stuck with it. They doubled down, and it's fucking paying off. Great point, Ron. Crypto, go ahead, brother. Or Ryan, excuse me. I'm sorry. I called Ron Ryan and Ryan Ron. I'm sorry, boys. Go ahead, Crypto.
Well, looks like we're on our way to graduating. We're going to be regular season champs, and now it's time on to the playoffs. Now our next test is what I call the Andy Dalton Marvin Lewis test. Don't be perennial playoff appearances and playoff losers. So we got to get past that threshold now. Don't become the next Marvin Lewis, and Tua, please don't become the next Andy Dalton. That's all I have to say.
All right, Crypto. Well, don't worry. It's not all you'll have to say. I'm sure we'll see you again. So, all right, we'll see.
Right.
Later, bud. Robert.
Dude. So, let's say everybody else in the NFL can go suck the 72 teams fucking left testicle again.
There you go. Nice.
That will always be ours.
Yep. But, Robert, don't let it be forgotten. That's it. Popping them bottles and bitches popping them. You know it. Come on.
I love seeing Jalen Hurts cry. I love seeing Josh Allen cry. I love seeing Bill Belichick look confused. The Jets look good right now, but we'll put them in their place when we play them again. And just keep winning. Keep dealing.
To me, bro, Robert, the Jets have a damn good running game, but you're supposed to find that running game right around where the Dolphins are. They blew their stoke. Mark my words. They blew their stoke.
Well, their QB can't do anything.
That's right.
Their defense is good, but their QB can't win them games. And the only real team they've beaten that was actually
us and the Bills
was the Bills
and us.
Yeah, I don't give them full credit for us. We weren't full swing. We didn't have our starting QB, and
we didn't even have the QB that we started that football game with.
You're right.
To want to be technical, we went to third round or third QB. Not even who prepared for that game.
I mean, we did that 3 times in 3 weeks. So we weren't a good football team that day. and that's a fair assessment. And it's still up till the fourth quarter was close. And then we made mistakes and shot ourselves in the foot. So we'll get even. But the Chiefs are a good team, and they'll be hard to play. They'll be tight. But I'm not really scared of anyone else. I was concerned about the Browns game because they're physical. I don't have that concern anymore because we came out and hit them in the fucking mouth and didn't back down. So
you're right. This team is even finding the ways to be multiple as a football team. If at moments when finesse is needed to win, they've had finesse. At moments when explosiveness has to win, they've done that. At a game when they just need to out physical somebody, they did that. I'm interested to watch the Jets rematch because that's a physical football team, and they played physical with us. And I think if we were at our best, especially how we're playing now, I'd like to see that matchup, especially because the Jets' best, and I'm willing to tip my cap to them at the moment. And you're right.
The only other two teams that are interesting, that Ravens rematch will be interesting because that game won't be the same regardless of how it pans out. It will not be the same game. And then the Titans, if we play them, that will be a physical as shit game.
Seeing these boys in the playoffs, Titans, Ravens. Honestly, show me the Titans before the Ravens personally, because of we already played them. You know, what an amazing game. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's Tannehill, bro. Wait a minute, Tannehill's not playing right now, is he?
No, he is.
Oh, he is. Oh, that's right. Okay,
he won them the game off a flea flicker this last week.
I saw that. Yes, you're right. It was a flea flicker. Crazy too. I mean, whatever. Again, they're getting tricky. I think we walk right through that football team. The physicality, yes, will be something that's Derrick Henry. But
I'll take the Titans over the Ravens because athletic QBs are a problem.
They are. Thank God we got this offense, though, to keep pace with even athletic quarterbacks that seem to break one on us.
And we'll see how Chubb changes that dynamic in the future, too.
As far as physical games go, Niners game, it's going to be a physical game.
It will, but I'm not worried about that one. Because Jimmy Garoppolo can't take over the game.
Truth.
Give me the two QBs. I will take Tua. You have a head coach that knows that system and has been working with his defensive coordinator for 8 months now, 6 months now, installing an offense. They have been practicing against that same system repeatedly. And if you look at the Niners versus the Dolphins, the Niners don't look as good as the Dolphins do offensively. Their defense is for real.
Yeah.
But Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, physical running game, and a better QB kind of mitigate that. And then
I think there's fireworks in that Niners game. I think it'll be Debo Samuel, Tyreek Hill. It'll almost be 1v1 in that. Because, I mean, look, we match up.
Who's there too?
That's true. Brandon Ayuk does pretty good. And they got Christian McCaffrey. You know how dynamic he can be. Again, I think we're going to see a fireworks in that game, bro. I really do.
It's not going to be a walk in the park, but I don't think they match up weapon-wise. Kittle's better than Gesicki. Christian McCaffrey's better than any back we have. And they'll have Mitchell. Is that the other guy's name?
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell, yeah.
He'll be fresh back or whatnot. Debo Samuel. And that's kind of their set of weapons, right?
Yeah. They got Brandon Ayuk is pretty decent, man. He's not again, and they've got other guys, I can't even remember their names, just like we have with Sherfield and Craycraft, guys that put out and numbers and stuff like that. It is an away game. It's going to be a tough test.
It'll be tough. It's not easy.
To me, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a high-powered offense clipping. Give me Tua over Garoppolo, 10 out of 10 for sure. But we still got a kicker. We're cost.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying. There's
that kicker is a big problem.
there's gives and takes in this football game with matchups as far as offensive power and defensive power. These two teams, and we know how the Niners are. They've shown consistently, as the year progresses, they figure things out. O-line blocks better, defense starts clicking better. I think when we see each other, I think we're a little further along as far as talent, as far as execution. But Jimmy's been running this system. Tua's now mastering it. It's going to be it's going to be one of the best games, I really think, man. I think if we come out on the better side of that game, even in a loss, I think there's something to be said about how that game could go for where this team's trajectory, continues to catapult to another level. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not calling the game easy. Don't take it that way.
No, I don't think you are.
I think our defense is coming in zone now that we're getting pressure with 4. I think that's a big thing. San Francisco's predicated on a run game. We don't typically give up a ton of yards to running backs.
It's true.
Jimmy G's not an athletic quarterback, and he doesn't really push the ball down the field. My concern in that game, and there are people way smarter than me, but my concern would be something stupid with Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm. And their defense. Yeah, I hear you. You're 100%. You could be right. Listen, we could neutralize this run game.
It'll be rough. It'll be tight, but
I think to me, Robert, that game is a Tyreek Hill take the football game over. I think I think we'll be in like a close game, and after like say we go down 10 points, in the third, and then something happens, and in that third quarter to fourth quarter changeover, Tyreek Hill has scored 2 touchdowns, and the Dolphins put up a field goal, and we're out in front, and Tyreek Hill has taken that football game over. I think that's a narrative I can see really happening.
Do we play the Chargers first or the Niners first?
We play the Niners first. We play them right after we get to stay at home for the Texans. What a great setup. Home game, bye week, home game. Great setup.
So here's just a random thought, and I'll get your hair because you're trying to get out. What if for the first time in that season, or in the season, you see us go to Wishbone set up with Tyreek and Hill as receivers? You haven't seen it yet.
No.
What do you do?
I don't know see,
your backs are Moster, Wilson, and then it's either Ahmed or Gaskin or Ingold.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got Juszczyk over there too. He's number 1 fullback.
Yep.
Again, this is a team of dynamics, both back and forth. There's the narratives themselves are gonna write. I mean, student, teacher, yada yada. Everybody knows that
it's gonna be a crazy game.
I mean, bro, these are some hot football teams. It'd be interesting to see how that game and the fireworks come along.
But do you bring a heavy set out against that speed?
I don't know, man. Like, again,
if you don't bring
if
a
I'm
heavy
gonna
set
neutralize, if I was neutralizing the Dolphins, I would roll my bracketed coverage from side to side on Tyreek and Waddle. I would play press man and soft man, mixing it up, and I would send blitzes on Tua and just pray. That's all you could do. Anything else is just sit and wait game, and this speed will chew you up. This fast passing game will chew you up. Now, I get it that the way I just said to defend this football team is an absolute risk, but it's all you can do.
It's worse than that, though. Tua's tearing up man, too.
I know he is. I know, but that's why hopefully in that man coverage, along with the blitzing, you could at least find either more time or get home. Anything else, you're not going to do it. But again, the O-line making this happen.
if Joey Bosa goes off, or Fred Warner goes off, we have a problem that game. We have a big problem that game. If those two are held in check defensively.
Yeah, if Joey Bosa effectively becomes Myles Garrett, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah. It's a wrap. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, Robert. Go ahead.
Have a good one, bud.
All right,
I'll
man.
let you go, man.
All right, brother. I'll see you, my man. Take it easy.
You too.
Color. Some finality. First of all, everybody hit the like button. I haven't said it but one time the whole 3-hour episode. Didn't even do the rundowns or nothing. We had our air out laundry with everything on what's going on around here in his fan base. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Just, trying to remember everybody. Let's feel good. It's a come together type of stuff. It's us in the bye week, Dolphins fans. It's us versus them. Okay? Continue, Color.
Yep. And I'm thinking, we're at a good spot right now because, even if we regress a little bit, which is to be expected, I think even a regression is enough to beat it, is enough to still beat solid teams and be competitive. So I think we're right where we want to be. We want to keep hot and keep going and keep on the gas pedal.
I wouldn't say a regression, Color. I could see like a slip.
What I meant to start that with, we're putting up huge numbers right now. And even if it backed off a little bit, we're still competitive it's not really the reason we're winning. We're winning because we're playing sound football and we're executing and we're scoring more points than our opponent. So
that ain't
I don't look for that to change at all.
No, and again, lights out football for a lot of everyone, bro. I mean, let's be real. Tua, everyone involved, Mike McDaniel, play lights out across the board. Again, and I think what you mean by regression is like we drop one to any of these coming out and not outside of the Texans dropping one. Any of these other ones, it is not a, oh my God, what's happening, blah, blah, blah. It's everybody gets one. You know what I'm saying? Could the Dolphins go and clean up and run the table? Sure. But
yeah, I meant by regression, I meant more just the numbers. Like,
yeah, statistically, I got you.
We could regress a little in the numbers and still win ball games.
Yeah, you're talking about like a 425 overall offense.
Going down,
throws,
or like for sort of like this week. I mean, Tua wasn't over 300, but even if it was like 195, 2 touchdowns.
No, let's even.
But we're beating the Chiefs. But we're beating the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Even 240 yards, 1 touchdown. 1 rushing touchdown and 2 field goals. It's a dogfight. It ain't these pizzazz numbers, but we get a win.
Next time we face Buffalo, if we win, no matter how it happens, it ain't going to be a time to be sitting around blaming anybody for anything because we got to win any way we can find a way to against Buffalo. Even if somebody don't have a great game or that guy don't have a great game, you know what I mean? We're at a point now where we're sure what we are. We're sure what we're capable of. So if we slug through a game against Buffalo and barely win it, there's still nothing but celebration on Monday because there ain't no blame to really go around. You know what I mean? Like you expect to have a slugfest with your best opponents, and but we know it's not because we suck if we only beat them by 3 or whatever. You know what I mean? Or
yeah, no,
or it wasn't them collapsing. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. All I'm saying is no reason to blame anybody for anything after these big wins coming up if we can get them.
Handle their business, find some wins. That's just it. I don't even think it's about finding nothing, dude. This football team's taking what they want.
Yep.
Again, team has a bad day. Tua has a bad day. Defense has a bad day. This football team can endure. That's the message I want to be out there. Because, yes, we sit high on a 4-game winning streak, number 1 in the AFC East. We're going to lose one, potentially. No, listen, run the table. I could be completely wrong. But one can be dropped. Let's not overreact. Let's not all go back to, I knew they were fake. I knew that, let's just remember, this is a real progression of talent, execution, and team right now. Outside of Sanders, who I still think can make something happen. If not, I promise you, if Sanders costs us a football game or don't get his act together, he'll be gone. We won't be seeing Sanders in the playoffs because I'll lose my shit if Sanders freaking costs us a playoff game. I'll lose it. I don't know what I'll do. But all right, Color. Guys, thanks. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. Subscribe if you're new. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, I don't know how you didn't come over to YouTube and get in on the conversation. You got to. Subscribe here on YouTube. We're coming up to the 1-year mark. It's the day after tomorrow. Didn't necessarily get to that 5,000 subscribers that we were hoping to. That's all right. We ain't going nowhere. Please, guys, subscribe. Support the show through Cash App and Venmo. We got some great stuff coming out for you. Working on big things around here. All kinds of good content. Shows, clips, videos, everything. Make sure you guys come back and see us next time. Fins up.